Highway 150 East in Cherryville, right in front of Walmart. Open 5:30 to 9, Monday through Friday, 6 to 9, Saturday and Sunday. Oak Grove Auto Sales, Service, and Body Shop does it all, from a tune-up to a new set of tires. And they'll straighten out your dents, too. And they have some great deals on late model vehicles, like this week, a 2011 Lexus IS250 F Sport, new tires, leather, extra nice, $14,995. And a 2006 Honda Odyssey EXL with DVD player for $54,995. That's Oak Grove Auto Sales, Service, and Body Shop, 522 Oak Grove Road, Kings Mountain, online at oakgroveauto.com.
Join us for our live Sunday morning worship services on WHS. It's the Sunday morning worship service from Calvary Baptist Church in Shelby, and on WCSL, it's the Sunday morning worship service from First Baptist Church in Cherryville.
Camellia Holland of Lincolnton High School is this month's McDonald's KTC Broadcasting WhatsUpShopper.com Scholar Athlete of the Month. Camellia is the daughter of Charles and Betsy Holland and plays volleyball at Lincolnton High School. She also plays basketball and softball for the Lady Wolves and has a 4.52 weighted grade point average. Her dance courses include nursing, personal finance, advanced music, and pre-calculus trigonometry. She's a member of the Beta Club and the National Honor Society. Camellia is a member of the Gainesville Baptist Church. Community activities include helping with the Baptist Children's Home and a homeless shelter volunteer. After graduation, Camellia plans to go to college and major in exercise science and physical therapy and play volleyball. The McDonald's KTC Broadcasting WhatsUpShopper.com Scholar Athlete Award is to recognize a student athlete not only for their accomplishments in athletics, but also for their overall achievements in the classroom and for overall school and community citizenship. To us in America, the reflection of freedom is filled with lots of pride and heroism of those who died in the country's service and with gratitude for the victory. Everyone at Fisher's Tree Service in Shelby takes this time to salute our veterans. We remember those who died in the service of our country. We show our sympathy with peace and justice. You have kept us free. This veteran salute being brought to you by everyone at Fisher Tree Service, 1323 North Post Road, Highway 180 North Shelby. Call 704-692-4202. Online at fisherstreeservice.com. And remember, they'll go out on a limb for you.
Fall is the perfect time to play golf at Crowder's Mountain Golf Course at the foot of beautiful Crowder's Mountain. Playing Route 18 Monday through Friday for $30 and just $27 after 1 p.m. Playing right on weekends and holidays for $40 and just $35 after 1 p.m. Ladies' Day is Monday. Ladies playing right on Mondays for only $20 and seniors playing right Monday through Friday for $27. At the Crowder's Mountain Golf Course, 255 Lincoln Academy Road in Kings Mountain. For your tee time, call 704-739-7681.
With Kevin, Zach, Tom, and Terry. We're here to talk about our was it round 3 of the playoffs?
Very good, JP.
Round
JP.
Three.
Wow.
Wow.
He heard one word. He heard one word last night on the broadcast. The word 3.
Now, JP, who sponsors the pregame show?
Witherspoon Insurance.
Very good.
All right, JP.
Witherspoon
Hey,
Insurance.
he's 2 for 2.
Who sponsors the postgame show?
CSI McKinley.
All right.
All right, he's 2 for 2. We got
3
it.
for 3 now, Tom.
He's
Not
3 for
2
3.
2.
Yeah,
Come
because
on.
he got the 3.
You got to be able to add one
Speaking
more.
of CSI Mechanical, I need to call them about a tankless water heater. Need to call Steven.
JP, your family will be happy to know that we'll give you the smiley face sticker before you go out the door. So for your efforts.
And then you picked up what sponsoring us today, didn't you, JP?
Yes, McDonald's of Cherryville.
What'd you guys have to eat today? I had a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit, Zach.
I had my normal biscuit and gravy and strawberry pie.
I had a sausage McMuffin with egg, which I'm going to eat in a second, but I also had a couple hash browns that were fantastic.
And I had a bacon, egg, and cheese McMuffin and a strawberry cream pie. Thank you, JP, for picking that up, picking it up for us every Saturday morning.
Terry, you put ketchup on your hash browns?
No.
No? I was wondering. I didn't see any out.
No.
You're one of them people.
It's a little strange.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well, I mean, that is by least the strangest things he does, the least strangest thing he does. But good morning, everybody. Kevin Hastings, that's me. Zach Mayhews here. Terry Reinhardt and Tom Sinafani here to talk sports. We've got high school sports to wrap up, NBA, NFL, college sports, basketball and football, and more today. So good morning, everybody. Looking real quick at last night's scores. We had playoffs here on KTC Broadcasting, round 3 action. And we had 2 games last night, of course, here in Cleveland County with Crest and Shelby. And I'll let Tom and Zach and everybody go through the scores. How about, let's say, Tom, I'll let you have the 1A and the 2A there, and Terry take the 3 and the 4A.
All right, so in the 1A, Robbinsville, as predicted by me, defeated Swain County 30-24, and North Rowan, as also predicted by me, defeated Mountain Heritage 48-39. Eastern Randolph defeats Thomasville 40-19. I picked that one. And the Mount Airy Granite Bears defeat Murphy 64-26. I was 4-0.
Terry, will you pat him on the back?
And continuing. I'm supposed to do the 2A, right? Reedsville.
That's what he said.
Reedsville over Brevard, 40-21.
Did you get
Predicted
that right?
one. Bunker Hill over Monroe in a nail biter, 24-23 as Monroe goes for it for 2 late, doesn't get it. Terry, I was wrong. You were right on that one. Forest Hills defeats the Community School of Davidson.
Yeah.
Dennis Davis said that the Community School of Davidson was a house of cards, and I mocked him for that. And now who looks dumb? It's pretty bad when Dennis Davis makes you look stupid. But Forest Hills defeats the Community School of Davidson 48-21. And the Shelby Golden Lions, they're moving on. Steve Degree and Pasco and the gang will be headed to – no, they got a home game. They got a home game. Forest Hills next week. Shelby defeats Salisbury 38-21. The Fighting Food Lions couldn't get it done last night.
And I was giving old Coach Jones a lot of credit last night. He was telling how they were. When Shelby goes to Salisbury, they're 3-0, but when – not Salisbury, listen to me. When they go to Forest Hill, they're 3-0, but when Forest Hill comes to Shelby, they're 0-1.
Okay. So
I was like,
Road Dogs
darn.
undefeated in this
that?
matchup. If Shelby does win, Tom, they would go on the road to either Reedsville or Bunker Hill. So this will be the last home game for the Lions. So for you Shelby, Cleveland County folks, show up and support your teams next Friday night. Crest is home throughout, so they will get another home game if they win. Terry, I'll let you handle the 3A scores.
I will.
The 4.
And I'm going to start at the bottom with Hickory, the number 2 seed, defeating AC Reynolds 61-38.
A
You
week after
Shutting out
Kings Mountain. Unreal. But anyway, West Henderson, team that's impressing me right now, defeats Oak Grove 45-24. Dudley, no trouble with Robinson, 50-28. And Crest, a come-from-behind win against West Charlotte, 30-29. And they were talking about this game also last night. I give Crest a lot of credit. They went for a touchdown and 2 points 3 straight times in this game to win it. And the first 2 in before the overtime, and then to beat them in overtime by going for it on your home field. Great job.
That was part and also giving up on the kicker. kicking game too, as
Oh,
opposed to we're just going to go for it. But I think they missed one earlier in the game, and it was we're not going to do that anymore.
I hear you. And it was Weddington over into 4A defeating Charlotte Catholic 37-7. And I give Weddington a lot of credit. Of all the teams that's down there towards Charlotte, around in that area, Weddington can beat Charlotte Catholic pretty much consistently. That's a good team down there. It was Grimsley 42, Huff High School 35. Butler defeats Mount Tabor 49-13, and Independence goes up the mountain and puts a whooping on Watauga 34-14.
Well, Terry, I know this. We're not going to be on it long, but one of my quick thoughts. See what you thought. You think there should be, I know we're going up to 7A or whatever now, and we'll figure that out later. But like, in my opinion, like teams like Reedsville or Charlotte Catholic, who's won 5-10 state championships, at some point there should be a rule that you automatically move up. Like, why do we sit here and watch Reedsville win 14 or 15 2A state championships? They can move up and play better competition for them and everybody else. And then you see Charlotte Catholic, when they move up, they have to play good teams. And they're just not a dominant state championship team, and allows other teams and other schools to actually win something and be competitive with the schools that you should be competitive with. And you see that when Charlotte Catholic moves up. Hey, now you got to play real football teams. You're not the big bad bully on the sidewalk that you thought you were.
Well, when I think of stuff like that, I go back to when I was playing softball, and when you played, and you would always start at the bottom as class A, B, C, and D, and E, and we'd always start in E. And once you started winning, then they bumped you up. You could not stay back. If you went and won 2 out of 3 tournaments, they'd be like, "Nah, man, you moving up to D," and they'd put you in D. If you went up to D and you won guess what? You're heading to C, and you couldn't fall back down that year. Maybe next year you could, but this year you could not. But then you got into competition that you was equal to you or better than you, and then you kind of wondered, what should I do here? And eventually, the teams that I were on that were in that group of doing that, we would not play many tournaments. We would go play your nonchalant tournaments that people were putting on somewhere, and then we'd go back later and jump in one of them tournaments and go and win.
Well, there's different types of people. Some people want good competition, and some people just want to win and beat people in the ground and make themselves feel like
it's good when you bring home the end of the season state championship.
And so my point, like, would it not be better for teams like Ford to be in the 2A and Reedsville and Shelby to be in the 3A for everybody?
Make more sense.
It would for them.
Kramer,
that's how they
Ford,
thinking about it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, 10 years of not making the playoffs. Hey, can we drop back to 2A? You know what I mean? Our competition is not.
Go ahead. No, you're fine. You're fine.
Like if you go 10 years without making the playoffs, or 5 years without making the playoffs, you get to drop back one level. And if you win, if your school's won 5 state championships or in a level, you got to bump up no matter what and stay there.
Go ahead, Tom.
Why do you need more than 5 state championships?
What if you make the playoffs?
I'm just saying,
What do you mean?
what's your football population versus your student population?
That was what my comment was going to be, Tom.
Well, that's your roster numbers that we talked about, but still. Ford might still have 50 players, but
that's what I'm saying. No. When I say football population, I'm not talking numbers. I'm talking football players. Tom Senafani was on the football team, but he wasn't a football player. Okay,
don't talk about yourself,
I'm just saying I wasn't. I played scout team.
Not everybody.
And everybody yelled at me because I held him every play when I was on the
not
scout.
Everyone on your team.
everything,
Not everyone on your team recorded a tackle against Leon Johnson. Is it, Tom?
I did tackle Leon Johnson. Twice.
You forced him out.
But I forced him out of bounds.
Right.
But nobody else can say that.
Nobody else can say that. But seriously, who's on the team?
Right.
Do you got football players, or do you got Johnny trying to put football on his college application? I mean, there's a difference, right?
Yeah, they are.
So, I mean, seriously, when I coached soccer, I had 5 kids that were kickers. 5 guys. Why are they on the team? Well, we want to put it on our da-da-da-da-da-da. But that will inflate your numbers, right? Oh, we got this many guys playing football. It's misleading. How many football players do you have? And that's proven on the field, not counting the numbers up. So if you look at a Shelby, I don't care if Shelby has 40 players and Thomas Jefferson has 40 players. Who's got 40 football players? And that's Shelby. So Kevin's right that not only should we move up, we should have the British do it right. Relegation. You just go down for a little while. When you start dominating, move up, it makes for more entertaining games. And you wouldn't have to do it during the regular season. You could stay in your little
Who's the
2A.
one judging this, though, Tom?
No, I'm just saying.
I mean,
Well,
what
what kind of committee? There you go.
Now.
The queen
Now,
of
here
the
we go.
Athletic
Come on
Association,
now.
Terry, all about
Yeah.
down to them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Now we're getting into something
Well,
like
y'all didn't want to kick out the Athletic Association, so they get to make the rules.
Well, and
So-
instead of having an arbitrator, they could put like stipulations on it. You got to meet
Like I
these
just
requirements
said,
to
if
go
your
up
school
or
wins
down.
5 championships in a A, you move up. Period. Once you've got 5 championships in a 2A, you're up to 3A. You stay there, and you can live there
So
for the rest
I'm
of your life.
playing somebody who has 3,000 kids to compare to my 2,000 kids.
Okay, you got 1,000 extra cheerleaders. What does that matter to me?
Yeah, it doesn't matter, Terry. You're wrong on that.
I am?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just making sure. Okay.
Because
Sorry.
you could take a school like how many
Wrong,
kids are
Terry.
at, how many kids are at McDowell? How many kids are at Shelby? But I guarantee you,
I just said Ford and Shelby. Compare the two. Shelby's got 600 kids. Ford's got 1,000.
I said, well,
to
McDowell's got like 1,600.
Right.
Yeah.
McDowell's a 4A.
May I finish my point? Now you know that if they're on the field together, Shelby's going to beat them 50-0.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just whatever.
Yeah, but who stipulates what puts you back down?
Well,
Am I in the playoffs and
I
that
just
means
t-
I stay up?
No, I just told you. If you missed the playoffs for 10 years, now you can move down.
10 years?
Yes, Tom. Yes, Terry.
My God.
You got 5 state championships. What do you need to come back and win another one for? Take the
God.
loss, Charlotte Catholic. Take the loss.
It's
God
like
They did.
I was going
They
to bring
did.
that up
I know,
with
that's what I'm
Catholic.
saying.
You know,
Take the loss.
Hey, Charlotte Catholic
God
might have to go
forbid.
up on their tuition to get their numbers back down.
Well,
Yeah.
God forbid,
So they
just
go
God,
back and play
God
3A
forbid they don't
again.
win a state championship again. That's what I'm saying. You give teams that haven't won the chance to win by doing regulation. Terry, you should want this at West. You start
Well,
getting rid
that's
of
what I'm
no
saying. I'm
Reasonable,
just trying
no
to figure.
Shelby,
But
no
I mean,
Monroe.
we've
They're out
been
of there.
playing forever, but we've made the playoffs, but we've never like really succeeded. You know what I'm saying? Until here lately, that this program of football is where kids come out now, and that's what they want to go play.
Well, if I was
It's
allowed
like
to throw
wrestling,
Shelby,
you know.
Monroe, and Reidsville out of there, you guys would be in the 4th round right now.
absolutely.
You know.
And it
See
goes
what
back
I
to that
mean?
Catholic deal where we saw them for years in that 3A, and then they move up, and then they
I want
equal
relegation.
competition.
Relegation, Tom, in
I'm
high school football.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I mean, it makes for interesting, and you're turning this into like travel ball trophies when one team can dominate their particular bracket.
Not
Move 'em on.
really.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Put Shelby in there with the 3A. And make
Reidsville.
them, put Reidsville in
How-
there with the 3A.
how
Make 'em play
interesting is
West
this thing-
Charlotte. Make them play Crest.
Well, they've already got beat by Crest. They've already got beat by Kings Mountain. We already know what would happen.
How interesting is this going to get when they actually do these different?
But everybody likes it to be the worst
It's
thing
going
in
to be
the
like
world.
South Carolina.
If these teams have
That's
won,
what it's all going to come down
Terry,
to.
God, Reidsville's not going to win a state championship ever again. Would that be the worst thing ever? Would that not be good for high school? Would that not be good for
For
North
high
Carolina
school,
high
yeah.
school football if Reidsville never won another
I
state
see.
championship?
Now I'm totally different because I like teams who dominate. I do. I mean,
That's exciting.
You're a Cowboys fan, Terry.
Let's
You know, that's what we
Let's
do.
be the opposite
We
of that.
dominate.
State
let's
fan over here.
let's watch the Yankees. Let's watch the Yankees
talking
win 10 in a row. It's boring.
He's
I
a
mean,
Kansas City
you know what
Royals
I'm saying?
fan.
That's what I'm saying. Now listen to this.
I want nobody to have a chance, Tom.
He's a Royals fan.
I mean,
You
think
know
about
what he
it.
reminds me? There's an old commercial with Stuart Scott. Playing basketball with little 5-year-olds.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that?
No, I
Where
might
he's
play
like
it.
goes up and blocks the shot.
Get
and
that
start
out of
doing
here.
it.
Well, Happy was Billy
that's-
Madison, no Doyle rules over here.
No, some people don't like that, but I do. I like it. Like when Chicago had Michael Jordan. Was I a Jordan fan? No, but
Yeah,
I
because
liked
he's-
what they were doing.
With
because
average
you,
players, right?
No, with NBA
Yeah, but they weren't allowed
players
to move
against
down
the
to
top
play the
players
NCAA team
anywhere
after
else.
Jordan retired.
But
to
they
keep
were
winning.
dominating. You know,
It's like Calvin used
hard
to play
to
with us.
believe.
Nerf from back us in with
It's the
Barkley and
best of
slam
the-
on us on
It's
with
the best
Nerf
of the
goal.
best.
I mean, you can sit back right now, and I put it like this, and Tom, you're up here, and y'all are, everybody watching Cleveland County. When all of a sudden Shelby starts dominating, win championship after championship after championship after championship, you know the people that were mad were Crest, Kings Mountain, and Burns. Because they was like, how is this happening? I mean, they continue to win every year. You know, and
But if they were in the
don't tell
3A,
me,
they wouldn't have won
that's
5
what I'm
in a
saying.
row.
But I mean, it's one of those things that you set back because it was making everybody else in the county mad because they kept winning. And, you know, and that's what, you know, sometimes you got to have dominant teams.
No.
I mean, yes.
This is not you don't have to have dominant things. Why is the NFL so exciting?
Your team has a
Heritage.
chance.
Yeah, your team has a chance.
Every team has a chance.
I go
That's
again.
why it's exciting.
Unless you're at Cleveland or
Panthers fan.
Houston.
Cleveland 6-3.
Detroit.
Cleveland 6-3. Beat the 49ers.
Fix
Dallas
and get
did.
Joe
That's all about-
Flacco. We'll go that in a little
Yeah,
bit,
they're
though.
talking about they're not going to get Joe Flacco.
All right, all right, next week, let's go through the matchups real quick, then we'll get out of here. North Rowan, this is 1A, will be at Robbinsville, the 4 at the 1. The 3 Eastern Randolph will be at the 2 Mount Airy Granite Bears. In the 2A, the 4 Bunker Hill Bears will be at number 1 Reedsville. Number 11, Forest Hills will be at number 7 Shelby. We'll have that on KTC Broadcasting. In the 3A, we'll have number 1 Crest hosting number 4 Dudley, also on KTC Broadcasting. And then what might set the record for most points in a game, West Henderson and Hickory next week, Terry.
Oh, wow.
Red Tornadoes, the 2 seed, will host West Henderson. So for you local fans that don't want to get to Cleveland County, you got a 4th round matchup in Hickory next week. Take your wife shopping, Terry, then take her over to the football
I'm
game.
telling you, man, Hickory. I've told people all year long it's pretty darn good.
Now, I got a high scoring game for you here in a second.
I want
though.
to tell you something else before you go on. The quarterback for Hickory last night, he was 26 out of 31, 545 yards.
That's a good night.
He
And
had 3 guys receiving over 100 yards.
and on top of that, they got a monster running back. So
Yeah, the running
good,
back
good.
is
He looks like
big old
he looks like
kid.
the guy from the Titans. So
Well, yeah, I said
he's
Okoye
humongous.
last night.
Yeah, he's humongous.
Tom ridiculed me.
The Nigerian
Nightmare.
Yeah, I'd say like Chris Berman. Nightmare. Every time he gets the ball, it's funny.
Where is Nash Central?
I
Nash
don't know.
County.
They scored a ton of points.
Was
them
that the
and
108 to
somebody
nothing?
71-68
Yeah.
was the score.
Oh, wow.
Nash
Yeah.
Central versus Hertford County last night, whatever
Last
that
time
is.
I heard it was 71-62.
How,
so they
how
scored
of
it.
a barn
not
burner
North
was
Carolina.
that?
Nash County's like it's
that's
kind
not
of like
North
East
Carolina.
Central North Carolina. You ought to know your governor's from Nash County.
That's not Nash. That's not North Carolina.
Oh, it wasn't.
Well,
oh.
unless that was on the
Yeah,
East. Was
that's
that an East
North-
Coast game?
Yeah, that was
Okay,
the East
I'm
Coast.
sorry. I'm thinking
Yeah.
Rocky
West.
Mount.
I'm sorry. You're right.
Kevin,
You're right.
Kevin
You're
didn't
right.
pay
I was-
attention in North Carolina
I was
geography.
still sitting on this side of 70s, or well, speaking of geography, according to the North Carolina Athletic Association, the West is on the right side.
Well,
East
you
is
got
on the
Reedsville over
left.
here in the West.
I know. I'm just trying to read
That's
the maps.
correct. That's correct.
You know?
Shelby and Salisbury 3 years ago played in a state championship game.
I know.
Did Salisbury move?
Salisbury should
How
be
did
about
they-
the dividing line. Now, I could see because Salisbury's kind of right there in the middle.
Well, in my opinion, there should be a dividing line before the year starts, and not based on who wins and loses. And
Yeah,
they,
right.
they
That-
move.
That's
That
a
might
big-
take some teams out of it
Well,
that
God
should
forbid.
be in it.
God forbid.
Then all of a
Terry.
sudden we get a team with a 4-7 record when this team over here is sitting at 6-5 that should have got in.
Are you the one of those winning the state championship?
It's not the point of it.
Yeah, it is.
Scrape them off.
Let's go. Let's
Scrape
go
them off
home.
the field,
What's
go
it matter
home.
if you play one playoff game, get
And get
beat
beat
68?
70.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no
Yeah,
problem.
Yeah,
you're
but
gonna
if
come
I'm
up against
6
one
and
of
5,
them
I think I have an
dominant teams.
opportunity.
You just talked about dominance.
If
Now you're
I
talking
am
about
4 and
opportunities. Which is it? Do you want
Dominant.
dominance or do you want
Come on.
opportunities? You want everything. You're all
He
over the
He wants
place.
to argue.
Goes-
He's a bipolar. I mean, he's all
I'm
over the
trying to
place.
save this team that was 6
Okay.
and 5.
If
He's
you talk
bipolar
about
better.
That's right, he
opportunity,
is.
and then you talk
Hey,
about dominance.
He
So
he
which
picked,
is it?
He picked Bunker Hill in one and Monroe in the other. So
yeah,
he's
he did. Yeah, he did.
I did.
He did.
50-50.
Like an idiot, I did that.
he's gonna make
I
sure he's
did
right
do
on one
that.
point.
Goodness.
Bipolar opinions. I mean, he's all over the place.
Anyway, in the 4A's, Weddington, number 1 will host 4 Grimsley, and number 6 Butler will host Independence, number 23 next week in that matchup. So there we go, guys. We come back. We've got NBA action, college sports, basketball, and football. Tom's favorite guy, Jim Harbaugh. We got to talk about him. And then more.
He's the greatest.
He's the GOAT.
he's my hero.
Hero.
Behind Little Nicky and
Little Nicky too.
He says, I'm
Coach
just
K.
going to bail out and let us
You know,
win.
when I die and go to the pearly gates, they're going to ask me. I just want to sit down and have lunch with Little Nicky and Jim Harbaugh.
Well, you're in the
talk
wrong
about
place, Tom. If
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
at the wrong person. We'll be back in a minute. KCBroadcasting.com.
It's Boston's 4th annual Small Town Christmas this Saturday, November 18th, starting at 9 a.m. I'm Calvin Hastings. And I want to invite you to join me along with Captain Ron as we broadcast live from Jumpin' Jed's on Main Street in Falston during Small Town Christmas. There will be special sales all over town, along with carriage rides, craft vendors, a food truck, food court, Christmas music, Santa and Mrs. Claus, and get your passport stamped for a chance to win some great prizes. Our broadcasts have been brought to you in part by Jumpin' Jed's with special sales on West Virginia-made furniture, Billy Jacob prints, and local artists in-house that day. Also by Wright's Jewelry, 4911 Falston Road in Falston, by Baker Buffalo Creek Vineyard on the Falston-Waco Road, and by Back Road Pickers on the Falston-Waco Road, where there will be around 65 vendors inside and out. So make plans to be there, the 4th annual Small Town Christmas, this Saturday, November 18th, starting at 9 a.m. And don't forget about the tree lighting ceremony at 5 o'clock. Y'all come, it'll be fun.
Cakes and cookies, toys and gifts.
It's the shopping event of the season, the Southern Christmas Show, November 9th through 19th at the Park Expo and Conference Center. Naughty or Nice, explore a nautical-inspired entrance filled with coastal Christmas charm. Plus, shop hundreds of booths to find one-of-a-kind gifts for everyone on your list. Buy tickets early and save at southernchristmasshow.com. Online tickets courtesy of Craft Body Scan.
Let's go to the Southern Christmas Show.
It's truck season at Gastonia Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC in Gastonia. Come see the new 2023 Chevy Silverado 1500 Crew Cab RST. Get 0% APR financing for well-qualified buyers, plus no monthly payments for 90 days when you finance with GMC Financial. Plus get a $750 cash allowance. Or make every day a getaway with the new 2023 Chevy Equinox. Get 2.1% APR financing for well-qualified buyers. Or take a $1,250 cash allowance. Get yours today at Gastonia Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, 821 North Main Street in Lowell.
That's the sound of my soul reactivating when I finally get my frappe from McDonald's. Specifically, the McCafe Oreo Frappe. It's back in all its frosty Oreo goodness with rich mocha, plus the crunch of Oreo cookies with whipped topping and more Oreo cookie crumbles. Or get another favorite drink, like new refreshing lemonade or a Southern-style sweet tea lemonade. There are drinks, then there are drinks from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. At participating McDonald's, Oreo is a trademark of Mondelez International Group, used under license.
Here comes Duke.
Under some pressure and sacks. Got it! Touchdown!
Attack the day.
He fumbled it, and the Blue Devils have it! Down the right sideline, say goodbye! Touchdown!
Bleed blue.
Straight ahead, he burrows his way in, and the celebration is on the Duke sideline.
Follow the action all season long on your home for Duke football. The Blue Devils Sports Network from Learfield.
Duke football on Carolina Country and The Boss.
Campers Inn in Kings Mountain announces the Black Friday flash sale with prices on brand new campers up to 50% off. You better hurry in now because at these prices, they'll be gone in a flash. Plus, get financing up to $5,000. Save big on the remaining 2022 and 2023 new models. You pay used camper prices for brand new campers now during the Black Friday flash sale at Campers Inn, 615 Broadview Drive off Highway 161 South at I-85 in Kings Mountain. Online at campersinn.com.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin and the gang. They're talking a little bit more about high school football.
No, we're not, JP. We're done with high school.
But you got some in the queue, JP. You did good this morning.
Yeah, but you did good.
He did
You did
well.
good. You did well. Did well, JP.
That's right.
All right, we're going to start real quick this morning. NASCAR is over. Baseball is over. It's basketball season. Terry Celtics 10-2. Are they the favorites in the East, Terry?
Oh, yeah. Ain't no doubt.
Oh, yeah. Ain't no doubt, Tommy. We're going to have to cut that one for about 6 months.
Ain't
from now,
no
right?
doubt. Yeah, we'll cut that in June when they're on the second round of playoffs.
Well, first of all, Philadelphia's not going to beat us in anything. They beat us in regular season a couple times, but when it gets to playoffs, they're done. So, I mean, we played them the other night without Brown and without Porzingis and still beat them.
So you're saying Porzingis is a key now. Porzingis.
He is now.
The 8-footer that shoots threes from half court.
That son of a gun scored 30-something the last time he
I
played.
mean, he'll have a 30-point game, but has a 30-point game every now and then. LeVert
Tom,
for
do
the Cavs
y'all
will
have one
30
guy
points.
beside
I mean,
Mitchell that can even score?
Yeah.
Nobody.
We got people that can score besides
Like
Mitchell.
who are they?
We got Mobley can score.
He
We
cannot
got
score.
Jared Allen can score.
He cannot score.
Yeah, you can. They just won the other night, Terry. What are you talking
I'm gonna
about?
tell you something about this. I'm gonna tell you something else
Garland
about NBA.
can score.
I'm
What
not
about
liking.
what about
When
Darius?
do
Darius
we
Garland had
have-
28 points.
Be quiet, Tom. I'm talking. When we got this game
What's he
going on,
today?
He didn't wear his hat.
No, no, no.
He's going to be
It's
rule.
all
He's
coming
got
out
to wear
the
his
top of
hat.
head. He's on something.
I'm being quiet, waiting for this
and
to
here
end.
you continue on. All right, when we play this game in the NBA, and we are over here, what is the preseason NBA championship when you never play it every day? What does that mean? I mean, you'll play it
I
like
have
last
no idea
Wednesday.
What you said. I have no idea what you meant.
Well, we got this preseason.
Okay, talk about the preseason tournament.
That makes no sense.
In season.
Yeah,
not
okay,
preseason.
But it's not. It's not every day that you're playing in this
Right.
thing.
I understand. It should be contiguous.
That was so LeBron could put that on his resume.
Mm-hmm.
This makes no sense. I mean, one day you'll play it, then the next game is not one of them games, and then you'll play it again.
Right. It's not contiguous, and it's confusing, and you have to look like up underneath the game. It says tournament game. I'm like, well, like
Yeah.
2 days ago it's a tournament game. But they're trying to, you sort of got to mix up your products. It's kind of like the 18 flavors of Mountain Dew. I mean, I guess you're trying to keep it new, trying to keep it fresh, because of the way we have so much
It's the
information.
shorter version.
What?
It's the shorter version.
What do you mean?
Well, a Mountain Dew, small one, like can. But
Terry, what goes on in your brain, dude? I mean, it's just like, I make a good analogy, and you're talking about some Mountain Dew I bought you 3 weeks ago that you're still mad about. I can't help it. You're trying to kill your kidneys. If you want me to bring you a 2-liter Mountain Dew so you can go ahead and hasten your death, and I'll bring it to you. I'm trying to do you a favor. But you're missing the point, Terry. What they're trying to do, what you often do miss the point, but what they're trying to do is they're trying to keep it new, trying to keep it fresh, trying to do different things. So you just can't handle that.
And
I mean, it may fizzle out, Terry. You may be right. It may be stupid. It fizzles out, but they're trying.
It's
something
kind of
new.
like the Clash in the racing, Terry. You don't like that either, so you don't like this
It's
new
kind of
stuff
like
they bring.
You're right.
It's kind of like out at the Coliseum, with Snoop Dogg out there and all this stuff. They're just trying to attract, different types of demographics to watch the sport. That's all. The younger folks like the college. They like the preseason
the
tournaments.
problem
or
I
whatever.
have with
They
what
like
we're doing here, if you go over the standings in this in-season tournament, we calling it, and you look at them, some of them's played 2 games, some of them's played 4. I don't understand. Looks to me like it all be on sequence nights.
or just do it at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Kind of like they do the invitationals in basketball.
Yeah, but in the
I
invitations,
mean, Boston's only played 2, and they're 2-0, but they're plus 17 because they're going by how many points you score and how bad you beat somebody.
But it's like this. Just go ahead and do it at the beginning of the season, and that way it's just like the other tournaments. Everybody gets a consolation game, so you don't have to worry about, well, this team's played 8 games, this team's played 2. So just make sure everybody gets a consolation game. Like the tournaments, 5th place game, 7th place game. Everybody's got the same amount of games, and it's all cool.
If I'm right now, and I'm watching the Hornets play last night, they was talking about take a picture. Well, I mean, what was so bad is they was like, take a picture of the center of the court because this will be the last time it's like this. So I guess the Hornets rest of their games are away. They don't play no more at home in this in-season tournament. But they're showing the middle of the court like for you to take a picture.
I think sometimes they think of things and say, hey, let's try this. And then once you actually do it, I mean, you're like, why did I try this? This is a
And
disaster.
even now, look here, we've got chances to advance 62%.
So what I think is funny about it is they reshuffled which division you're in instead of just leaving you in the division.
Ain't it the top 2?
So now you're in a new division
Out of each one
as
gets
opposed
to move
just
on.
the division you're in. And they could have just done that.
Hey, the Hornets got a
They just
chance.
mixed them up.
1 and 2.
They have
0.7.
at what?
Yeah, I was
You're
getting
saying
ready
there's
to
a
say,
chance.
Chance at what?
0.7.
They're awful.
They're bad.
Always will be.
Then you go down to Boston. Theirs is 94.5, but we've played 2 games. Well, the one behind us played 3. So I guess even the Raptors only played 1. They played us.
That's a little strange. I won't doubt. I mean, that's
So,
strange.
so you got pool play, and they mixed up the divisions for some reason and just didn't just say, hey, just win your division. So once that's filled out, Terry, then you'll go over to this fancy thing over here called the bracket.
Well, it's making no sense to me. I don't like it.
Well, it's like basically the problem is that America is trying to do too many things like soccer. And now we got this soccer in-season tournament here. So this is what's going to happen. This all those champions will go into this tournament, and then they'll play each other at some time on their schedule whenever
In
they play each
December.
other on their schedule.
Yeah. 4th through the 5th, and then the 7th, and the championship's on the
The 9th.
9th.
Yep. So coming up next week or 2 weeks, you excited?
Not
Are
really.
y'all going to hang a banner in Boston?
That's stupid. Even if we win,
Terry,
okay.
I agree with you on this. I don't like it, but
what
Tom's
does
right
that
about
prove?
why they're doing it.
What does it prove?
You cannot like it and understand the calculus.
Yes, that's what I was saying. I don't like
You
it,
know.
but Tom's right. They're doing it.
I mean, I understand
reasons.
it.
Who's going to know 5 years from now if I'm a Boston man and we win? I'm going to remember.
You're not a
But-
Boston man. You're a Lincoln man.
I'm a
And
Boston
you
man.
would remember.
But
you would remember if your team
Tom,
won. You would.
You're
remember.
not even listening to me.
I know.
5 years from now, nobody's going to remember that but me. I'm going to remember because I'm a Boston man.
Yeah, I mean,
If I'm Philadelphia and Philadelphia would make the championship, which that's probably shouldn't happen, but if they would, nobody's going to remember they finished second.
watch this, Terry. Who won the Super Bowl in 2017?
2017.
Who won the Super Bowl?
Well, I'd have to go back. a little
Okay, so you,
See, that's
you did,
what I'm
so
saying.
what does it matter if it's an in-season
It wasn't
tournament or a
Dallas.
Super Bowl? Nobody
It wasn't
remembers
Dallas.
anything 5 years down the road,
No,
Terry. So what's
I
your
remember
point?
a lot.
What's your point? You there's no point to it.
I remember Dallas won in 1996. I remember that.
Yeah, but you just made your own point. What my point was,
I
you
can
said
remember
nobody,
that.
nobody's going to remember this because it's insignificant, and I just said who won the Super Bowl, the greatest title in sports, and you didn't know. So what I'm saying,
I didn't
is
pull for that
we
thing,
all
Tom.
we all live in the moment. We all live in the moment. This in-season tournament is going to be no different. But I agree. I understand the calculus. I don't think it's going to take off. But we all, who won the World Series in 2015, Terry?
Oh, I do know who won.
So,
the World
okay, no, he
Series.
knows that. He
Heck
knows
yeah.
that. He knows that.
Heck
Okay, he
yeah.
knows in 2015.
Yeah.
But any other, everybody's like that.
I remember 1985 too.
I guarantee you can go up to every Steelers fan. They can tell you every year they won the Super Bowl. But if you go to somebody else, they don't even know what the logo is. So, I mean, we all live in the moment. So, I mean, I think this is.
And there's certain Super Bowls you always remember, like the 50th when Denver played Carolina. There are some that you'll always remember.
I wouldn't have remembered that. Now that you said it, I remember watching that game. But
2015, wasn't it?
No.
Not 15.
I can't remember when it was. I mean, but that's the whole point. People care about who wins the Super Bowl this year. And then if you won it 3 years ago, nobody even knows. I mean, who remembers the Rams won the Super Bowl a few years ago? I mean, like people have already forgotten that, because the Rams are terrible. It's just.
Yeah, there's certain things
we live
that
in the
you
moment.
do remember, like when's the last time Green Bay won? 2010. I mean,
But most people wouldn't know that, Terry.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Because the reason why, because Aaron Rodgers, I was like,
got his one.
Yeah, I mean, he's taking them to all. But I remember that one because that's the only one he won.
That's right.
My point is we live in the moment. Everybody lives in the moment. Everybody knows who's going to win this year. And then by the time next year's Super Bowl, you have to think, who was in the Super Bowl last year? I mean, you have to think about it. I mean, it's true. But they're just trying to, I think that if you're not always trying to improve your brand, you're worried about regression. And that's all. And I think it's all the garbage, all the social media, everything we're exposed to. We got to have something different and new, and it's got to be, constantly different. Whereas, back in the day, you could have a Coke, and a Coke was a Coke, and it didn't matter. You didn't need 65 different flavors of Coke.
But now, I will agree with the NBA doing something like this if they offset of having an all-star game. Because to me, an all-star game is, to me, nothing. First three quarters.
I think they should pick an all-star team and maybe have an all-star
and it
weekend.
should be East versus West. I don't like this. I'm picking my team. You pick your team.
Look what the NFL's done. I mean, they've tried. The NFL just said we ain't doing it anymore. But I think because the guys make so much money now, they make so much money.
Okay,
that puts them in danger. So,
all right, so Tom, there's the winning team. All the players get $500,000. So
they need that.
So well, about quarter of the players on the team do. So
I need $500,000.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You got to remember that the bottom 4 to 6 players are on league minimums are 1 million, or 1 million, 1 million a piece or something like that, because they load up the top ends of these rosters and the bottom 5 or 6. So these guys at the bottom are double or triple. They're pulling for their teammates to win this. Is why I'm saying they really want to get that money. I think it was Dame Lillard or one of them was talking about that the other day, that they really wanted to win for their teammates and get those guys some money, because that's not everybody's paid like him and the rest of them.
The league minimum is $1.2 million.
So there you go.
Well, for me,
so you need that $500,000. I mean, how do you live off $1.2 million?
Well, if you're in California, $700,000 of it goes to taxes, and then you got to pay rent. So now
That's why you moved to Florida.
Now you're eating Taco Bell if you're a bench player in California.
Well, for me, I've always liked. I used to love watching the All-Star game back when we were young, but I've always liked the skill. I like the skills.
The skill thing.
That's
and
what
the
I like.
They
3-point
wanted to
thing.
kill each other. They didn't hug and kiss each
Right.
other
Now,
after the game.
dunk contest needs to be eliminated.
Yeah,
There's so many dunks been done. I mean, maybe have it every 5 years.
Well, what about turning the dunk contest into a horse contest?
Yeah,
like
I'm not
that.
opposed to
You
that.
have to-
I would
I'd like
love that.
You have to be able to do a 360, or you have to go between your legs. You have to jump from the free throw
I
line.
would like that.
All right, Tom, the play of the week. Have you seen this?
The minimum on a one year experience is $1.8 million.
How about this, Tom?
I saw this. Yeah.
Draymond Green chokes out Rudy Gobert.
Should have.
From behind.
I knew that was going to coming. Here we go. We're fighting, and then around his throat, locks it on his wrist. It's an MMA move.
He should have got more than 5
If
games.
you do that, if you do that at Walmart, you're going to jail. Terry.
So Gobert was just trying to break up the fight.
No, he was not. He come in there grabbing hold of Thompson, and Green was like, no, this is not going to happen, buddy.
Well, that's not how you break up a fight, Terry, is grabbing somebody's throat and dragging him 20 feet away.
Heck with him. Why was he in there?
Why was Draymond in there?
Right.
I mean, there's the difference. Draymond wasn't in there until he come over and grabbed around Thompson's throat. Then
He
Draymond
didn't grab
said,
around
yeah,
Thompson's
watch
throat.
this. Keep
He
showing.
grabs
Here I
him by
come.
the shoulders.
Now I got him around his throat right there.
No,
and then he
that's
was
not-
like,
no.
no, you're not doing that to my guy.
Terry,
I'm taking
Terry,
you out.
When does a man's throat go to the middle of his chest?
You know, no,
Let's
that's
Look
wrong.
at that right
I mean,
there.
it's just-
He's got it locked.
I mean, it's just, he's a disgusting human
He's
being.
got the Cobra clutch on him, Zach.
What would we do to that guy if he was a school? A school kid breaking
Yeah,
up.
Terry. Would his
What
kid,
would he
would
do
this kid get
if that
suspended?
was Mr. Senafani breaking up a fight at Burns High School? He'd be hunting him a job. Yeah, you'd be hunting a job. You grab a kid by the throat, you're gonna be hunting a job.
He's a thug.
He is
He's
I
not.
mean, he's just garbage. He is a garbage human being. He is a terrible human being. He's garbage.
Then the rest of them go, what, $25,000, all they had to pay?
They gave him 5 games.
Gave him 5 games.
Good.
Well,
Without pay?
Yeah,
Well,
without pay.
He'll protest and get like 2 at the end of it or something like that. It is what it'll
We didn't see Steph coming in the middle of that, did we?
He wasn't there.
He's
So
not
have
playing.
you heard about?
I did not.
Have you heard this one? So Rudy Gobert said that before the game, he said Steph's not playing tonight. There's a good chance Draymond tries to get himself ejected.
It happened.
Career.
Yeah.
Correct. Of Draymond's 11 ejections, 7 of them have been with Steph not even playing in
Yep.
the game.
Not even playing.
So he goes out there,
It's
knows he's
196.
going to lose the game because he's not any good at basketball, and he can't lead his team to anything, so he gets thrown out the game, Tom.
Didn't the Warriors win that game?
And Rudy Gobert was right. And he is up choking Rudy Gobert. No, Warriors didn't win.
No.
No, they're not doing well this season.
No.
No.
They, yeah,
All right.
You saw, well.
I know the Cavs have beat him twice.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a losing record, I think.
They do. I'm pretty sure
One
that.
game under, something like that.
yeah.
6 and
They're
7.
about where Cleveland's 6-6. They're like
Yeah.
about the same.
But,
So did you see? So speaking of Draymond, I'm going to pull up real quick the stat for him here. Tom. Here's
Yeah,
Draymond's notable career stats: 4 career suspensions, 171 technicals,
Because he believes in his team.
20 flagrants, 19 ejections. Tom.
$1.4 million in fines from the league.
Terry, that is the only triple double of his career.
he ain't no different than
That's the only thing he doesn't have a triple single in.
He ain't no different.
Slagers and ejections.
He ain't no different than Bill Lambier back on the Bad Boy Pistons.
Lambier averaged a double-double. He averaged
true.
like 15 and 10.
I'm talking about his antics.
Right.
Lambier was a better player.
All you want to about this guy right here, but he will be in the Hall of Fame.
Not.
He will.
Not.
Trust me, he will.
For what?
Just how he plays.
So because he kicks another man in his
that's gonna be a statue.
So we're gonna put him in the Hall of Fame.
He will be in the Hall of Fame.
Terry, get out of here, man! That's the most stupidest thing you've ever said.
We'll see. One of these days coming up.
He's not going into the Hall of Fame, Terry. Tell me another guy in the Hall of Fame that doesn't average a double-double.
So Tom, somebody went and made a Draymond mixtape. Here's Draymond's Hall of Fame resume. Since Terry says he's going to the Hall of Fame, this is the video that they're going to send to the Basketball Hall of Fame that says this is why Draymond should be in the Hall of Fame. So this is his mixtape. You've seen like Jordan's, dunking and shooting and LeBron and everybody. So
That's good there.
We got one kick in the chest, or knee in the chest on a 3-point shot.
Oh,
we got one kick on the groin to Steven Adams. How about 2 shots to Steven Adams?
Get out of my way.
Stomp on DeMonte Sabonis' chest.
He needed that. He needed that.
Tackled LeBron. Tackled whoever that was.
That was Anthony Davis.
He tackled him again. Then he grabbed his leg right here, trying to put him in the figure 4. What is this?
He's not scared of anybody. That's what it's about.
Then he steps on Patrick Beverly.
So here comes LeBron.
That's a good foul.
I agree with that.
LeBron trying to come
in. And that's not a bad
smacking
foul
somebody in the face, smacking somebody in the face. There's Steven Adams again. Well, we all know about Jordan Poole. And here's him kicking the mailman. And then the mechanic.
That's fun. Shouldn't have charged me too much.
I thought I'd get at least a little laugh out of Terry on Draymond's part there. That's his mixtape. Applications for the Hall of Fame, Tom.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
He should have been a kicker. He should have played soccer.
No, he should have played football if he's got all them angles.
He did play football at Michigan State. He just wasn't any good at it.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he was a tight end. So this is him and Anthony Edwards getting into it this week. Edwards and the Timberwolves beat them twice. You talk about why they have a losing record. So he fouls him here, and they've got it. This one isn't the one with the language, but
Draymond knows. I mean, he knows better than to be talking to Green.
Anthony said
he's a minor duck on the planet.
Terry, this is the next superstar.
He's a minor duck on the planet?
This is the next superstar in the league.
You mean a pond? Minor duck on the pond, not the planet?
Little duck
minor
on the planet.
duck on the planet. Oh, my God.
Spock's driving around space right now looking for a little bitty duck.
Remember, you're not in my league.
Ducks on the pond, Terry. Ducks on the pond.
So anyway, Anthony Edwards Draymond just slapped the crap out of his horn here, and Anthony said, "God dang, you ain't got to foul me that hard." And Draymond's response was, "What you gonna do about it?"
That's right. That's the reason Steph got in between them. Like, whoa, buddy.
Ain't nobody worried about Steph Curry.
He was.
Anthony,
Edwards, he's like, you don't want to go over here, my main man.
Draymond said, "What you gonna do? What you gonna do?" Anthony turned around and looked at him and said, "Ain't nobody worried about you, Draymond." So,
oh my God.
So they went back and forth. So, of course,
he kept walking away. He knows
Terry's
what the big deal is.
Terry's going to shoot a free throw.
He knows
he
what the big
free
deal
throw
is.
He does not want to get thrown out of the game.
He walked away. He's right there talking to him.
He don't want to get thrown out of the game. Draymond get thrown out of the game because it won't matter.
Right. One of them scores 30 a game, and the other look. So that hard foul right there.
That's not a hard foul. If he's worrying about that being called,
yeah,
he slapped him hard, Terry.
Oh my Lord! Come on, that was minor.
Well, he told him he was slapping back. So now Draymond's cussing and whining while his team's getting beat by 13. 13 points down. He's making himself the show. So then he goes again, little bump. Edwards, done. All right, bring on Draymond. Yep, I want Draymond. Get it, Draymond. Take it, Draymond.
Huh. Good defense.
I had to push him off.
Good defense.
There's your superstar.
Look at the man on the bench.
This is your superstar.
The superstar's on the bench.
Get it.
That's over
Bank.
Steph.
Chris Paul.
Yeah.
Tell you, boys, get used to the Anthony Edwards era. It's coming. 33-7 and
Another
6.
potential.
And they beat the Warriors twice in a week.
Another potential Hornet that we didn't get.
Yeah, well, ping pong balls didn't work out our way. Real quick, before we get done, let's go through the standings real quick, show how garbage the Hornets are for the folks that were wanting to know. Whoop, that ain't the one I wanted. That's the one I wanted. I done messed it up. All right, because I had to zoom in on Draymond's antics. All right, for folks at home, Boston's in first, Philadelphia, Milwaukee. The future Eastern Conference champions are in third, Miami fourth, Indiana, New York. And then the play-in game, Orlando, Cleveland, Atlanta, and Brooklyn. That's right, Hornets fans, I'm still talking 11-12. You're 3-8, led by LaMelo Ball.
Giving up 122 points a game.
That's not the worst. Indiana's got a winning record, giving up 123. They're just scoring.
That's the one thing.
They're just scoring 13 more points a game than we are.
That's the one thing that makes Boston. That's why they got a good on their deal with getting Drew Holiday.
113. Hornets are scoring 113, giving up 122. That is the fourth worst defense in the league. The worst defense in the league, believe it or not, is led by 7'9" superstar Victor Wembanyama, giving up 124.5 points per game. That's average. I mean, tonight we might give up 130, Terry. In a regulation time, and Denver's in first, Dallas second. There's them Timberwolves in third. OKC fourth, Sacramento fifth. Houston Rockets, folks, in sixth. LA in seventh. Pelicans eighth. Phoenix 9. How about the play-in would be LeBron, Kevin Durant, and Steph Curry all in the play-in tournament right now. That'd be the hottest play-in tournament of all time, guys. All right.
Because the Clippers won without.
They did last night.
Last night.
Harden
hit the three.
Hit the game winner.
Finally.
But he's asked to come off the bench, and that might be good.
Well,
no, that was Westbrook. I'm sorry, Westbrook asked to come off the bench. So
Harden needs to be the one coming off.
I agree.
Bench.
Just like he did for Thunder.
All right, we'll be back in a few minutes. KTCBroadcasting.com.
This holiday season, a new Honda CRF is more than the most reliable machine to hit the trails. Our lineup of family-friendly trail bikes offers the perfect gift for riders of every level, from the CRF 50F to the 110, the 125, and the full-size 250F. You can give the gift of riding to every red rider in the family. So head to Honda Motorcycles of Shelby, 4402 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, now during the Honda Gifts That Go sales event, and give a gift that'll last a lifetime.
Once Upon a Time is right now. Escape to the Renaissance Festival, a time-traveling adventure. Huzzah! Celebrating 30 years of cheers. Saturdays and Sundays now through November 19th.
It's time for the Renaissance Festival. Shopping, food, men in tights. My.
New delicious foods. Eat, drink, be merry at the Renaissance Festival. Presented by Pepsi. Sponsored by Hedis Tita. New entertainments. Time travel to a land of legends. Jousting knights, mermaids, fairies, dragons. Oh my. Tickets limited while supplies last. Online only at renfestinfo.com. Save your dates. Oh, you'll love the Renaissance Festival. Receive free child admission with donation of 2 canned foods this weekend, with proceeds benefiting Second Harvest Food Bank of the Metro Liner. Huzzah!
Shelby Heating and Air is proud to take this time and salute our veterans, past and present, men and women, and a special veteran salute to Jacob Hopper, Staff Sergeant in the U.S. Air Force, and son of owners David and Lisa Hopper. Also, Cole Abernathy, retired from the U.S. Army, and father receptionist Vicki Barkley. And a special salute to Charles Childers, who served in the U.S. Army in the Vietnam War, and grandfather of General Manager Josh Harrison. Again, this veteran salute is from everyone at Shelby Heating and Air, 1990 Eves Road in Shelby.
Nobody does it better.
Yes, when it comes to real estate, nobody does it better than Sherry Horn of Sherry Horn Real Estate. Sherry was voted the best real estate agent and best real estate office in Cleveland County. If you're in the market to buy or sell your home, talk with Sherry Horn.
Are you new to the area? Or maybe you're just having problems locating those hard-to-find streets? Universal Advertising Associates has published a quality street guide for our area, and they are now available free of charge at these area business locations: Joe's Florist and Catering, LLC, Outdoor Works, Cleveland County Chamber of Commerce, Grandview Campground, Cleveland Lumber Company, Allison Golf Carts, the NC State Extension Office, Jaybird's Deli and Ales, Gibbs Roofing Company, Holly's Flowers, and KCC Broadcasting. These maps will be available for a limited time only, so hurry into the business location near you.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin and the gang. They're talking about some more sports.
Well, welcome back to Saturday Morning Sports Talk. Shock Docs brought to you by McDonald's of Cherville, everybody. And we had some good biscuits and breakfast this morning. It's time to talk a little college sports. We've had a little fun this morning so far. We're going to get over to college football. A couple of news and notes. Let's do some fun tweets and start off with that and see what I got. How about Jimbo Fisher getting fired? And he gets paid, Tom, $76 million not to work.
I actually made a post about this. I said, well, give the kids of Texas A&M back $76.8 of their tuition dollars.
And don't they owe the other coach that they fired before him a lot of money? I think they all. It's like they're over $100 million with those two coaches.
Terry, you wonder about why we can't pay the players, and then a guy that's not even going to work for the university, public university, right, is getting $76 million to not even work.
I mean, I'm not the one guy down there. I mean,
I don't get paid if I get fired.
Well, I mean, in this guaranteed contract like everybody else has nowadays.
Why did he come off like he just beat a team like 50-19 and then they fired him the next day?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't understand the timing. Usually you get
That's
fired.
He cannot participate in these elite bowl games that you're going to have.
Yeah, but why didn't you wait till after he got beaten in a bowl game?
His record is exceptional.
Here's a video.
But he loses like 3 or 4 games a year.
Of them giving Jimbo a fake plaque of a national championship with a blank date on it when they hired him.
Well, it's going to stay blank.
It's going to stay blank. They gave him. Let's listen to it. Zach, go ahead and hit the button.
Division I football national. It says here Jimbo Fisher, head football coach, NCAA Division I football national championship, Texas A&M University. The only difference between Kobe's and yours is you get to fill in a date.
I hope I fill in a couple.
Yeah.
Says here Jimbo Fisher.
How'd that work out for him?
Leave it on.
That didn't age well, did
it? All right, here's another one. How about this? Oh, the video has disappeared. Of course it did. Dang it. So the game-winning play for North Carolina last weekend, Terry, one of the linemen was blocking a defender in the end zone during the play. Yeah. And then when he caught it, the lineman like squatted down and it ducked, trying to get out of act like he wasn't there. Had the video of it. Twitter has deleted it, or someone's deleted it. I'll see if I can find it on YouTube. I'm sure Kansas is the game-winning play, but on the Tar Heels, who'd they beat? Duke, right?
Yeah, and they stormed the field. Congratulations.
How awful is that?
I know.
Come on.
The whole field was full of Carolina Tar Heels.
Well, they beat the Duke Blue Devils in football, Terry.
They beat Campbell the week before,
Terry,
and on a roll.
Terry, if they watched this show in week 4, they would have thought Duke Blue Devils was the best team in the world, correct?
Well,
so that's why they stormed.
Okay.
They watched Shock Jocks on Saturdays.
Congratulations.
That's what it is. Well, they were good when they had the quarterback. When the quarterback went out, they just went downhill.
Yeah, they're like 6-4 now or something like that.
Teams like that aren't deep. You know what I mean? They get a couple guys go
right.
down. It's just hard for them to compete. They're not deep enough.
And then at North Carolina State, you saw what happened to State. Last time the State went out last week playing Wake Forest, and all of a sudden I see Armstrong back in the game. I'm like, oh, my heck, what happened to Morris? So I have to pull it up. Morris elected to take a red shirt on his own. He went to the door and said, this is what I want to do. So they was like, are you sure? And he said, yeah, that's what I want to do. So they took him out. He's going to red shirt. That's strange. But then Armstrong's going to finish the year for State.
I found the play. Watch I think it's the right guard here for North Carolina on this game-winning or 2-point conversion or the 2-point conversion here for Carolina. I think it was this one. All right, yeah. Watch the right guard up here.
He keeps pushing
53.
on into the end zone.
Now the quarterback's got the ball. There's the line of scrimmage, is the black line, and he push, and he doesn't watch him. He squats down.
Yeah, smart. Very smart.
Illegal man downfield.
on his.
He was walking 3 yards into the end zone on a pass play.
To know that that was smart on his part to know that he messed up that bad.
Oh, that guy deleted his tweet. Of course he did. But anyway, let's see if I got any more. Can't show you that one on the radio. Updated. Here's the updated, guys. Projected Pac-12 championship games in different sports this fall. Volleyball, football, basketball, golf, track and field, rowing, softball, and baseball. All slated, Terry. I know you're excited about this, to have a Cougar versus Beavers matchup in every conference championship sport in the Pac-2.
That's right.
In the Tupac. Sorry, they're the Tupac now. They changed it to Tupac.
Dominance.
So, if you don't know, a judge awarded complete control of the conference to Oregon State and Washington State, and they have all voting rights and everything. They can send whatever money they want to any school they want. They can name whatever they want. They have all the voting. So basically, and this has happened before in college sports, when teams leave, they don't let the teams that leave participate in the conference championships. So now, this is what everybody's saying, is that the Pac-2, the Oregon State and Washington State, can declare themselves in every conference championship game now going forward for this year and until other teams join the league. So you think they should do that, I guess, Tom, or allow the other teams in?
No, I mean, if you leave like a thief in the night, this should happen to you. That's the punishment. I agree with it. I mean, it's just what teams are doing now. I mean, it's just dumb.
Here's one for you. James Madison is petitioning the Pac-12 to be named to their conference championship game.
Oh, okay.
Because they can name whoever they want.
Right.
So that Oregon State and Washington State could sit there and vote, hey, we're going to let James Madison come play in our Pac-12 championship game.
Well, see, they're still bowl ineligible. James Madison can't go to a bowl.
They're trying to change it.
Correct. Well, they got denied.
Yeah. Did they get denied?
They got denied on their appeal. Well, James Madison, when you move up into the Power 5, or the group of it with a Power 10, they're not even a Power 5 school. They're still in the group of 5.
You sit out a year.
You can't be bowl eligible, and I can't for the life of me think of a reason for that rule.
Get punished.
Hey guys, come on up and play, but yeah, we're not going to let you in the bowl, and that just, from Appalachian State fans, that'll make you mad, just knowing that there is no respect, and you will not get it at all, even if you do move up and try to be a part of it. But
Appalachian can destroy that this week. Don't they play James Madison?
Yeah, let's ruin it. Is it at home? Go. Is it in Boone?
I'm not sure.
We'll check that here in just a few moments when we check our games. But yeah, Pac-12, they can claim themselves the championship game, Oregon State versus Washington State. So you might not get Oregon in that, folks. So let's see. I might not have any more college ones on that. There's a Nolan Ryan. Has a fun hockey one. We'll have to talk about that one. I think that's it. All right, college football playoffs. Ohio, who's number one? Georgia jumped back up number one, didn't they?
Yeah, they should. Yeah, Georgia's playing the best football.
Oh, I did have one more real quick. If this game was played in week 5, it would be it would be a top 25 matchup between two undefeated teams in the Pac-12, and now it's two teams trying to be bowl eligible. Colorado and Washington State.
Colorado got destroyed by Washington State last night.
Destroyed.
I'm talking, it was like 50-something to 17.
Oh, they already played? Okay.
Yeah, played last night.
Gotcha.
And Washington State kept throwing deep. It was play after play after play. They was beating Colorado's corners.
What conference is Colorado going to? Because they're in the Pac-12 now, right?
They're in the Big 12, aren't they? Or I don't know what they're in. They're going with the rest of them. They're with all that group wherever they're moving, the Big 10, ain't they?
No, they're not going to the Big 10.
No, they're not going to Big 10.
No, because I remember Colorado was in the Pac-12, right? They joined that conference. I don't know where they're going.
Mm-hmm.
But then even coming up this past week with maybe Dion going to Texas
Big 12.
A&M.
They're going to the Big 12.
Big 12, okay.
And I hope that don't happen.
What, Terry?
You got to prove yourself out in Colorado.
I don't think he'll go to Texas A&M.
No.
His son's still playing too, so that's
right. His son's playing next year. He's not leaving.
Well, he said that if you get me, you better get me now.
Right.
Well, that's right. They are 4-7.
and indeed, they are.
Yeah. Last night, if you'd have watched that game, I was absolutely sitting there, and I was like, how many deep balls can you throw? Washington State, every ball they threw was deep.
So Dion has done 4 times better of a job than the guy last year, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
he's one win.
Yeah,
he's not
got
done
4
awful
wins.
considering where the program
No.
was.
So they won 1 game last year.
Yeah.
They won 4 this year.
It's the old educational growth versus proficiency, you know. Sometimes you can't get a kid proficient, but you can grow him.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what Dion's
Well, let me
done
put it
with
this
that.
way: if Nick Saban was coaching them this year, if he just last year's job going to Colorado, how many wins would he have?
4.
Thank you. I mean, you just can't.
Maybe
you
you
can't
got
make
what you
chicken
got. What you
salad
had.
out of
Yeah.
chicken,
It's
you know
almost
what?
like the high school argument we made earlier about
Dion said all next year
players.
I'm going to have a whole new line next year.
Yeah.
He's already told his linemen
Yeah.
they're gone.
Well, now he's the one that could come in there and got rid of
Oh, you mean
everybody
the
that played
line
on the
this
team.
year?
Yeah, he's already told them they're
Yeah,
gone. He
and
got rid of the
brought
ones
him.
last year. He's already told the ones this year. They asked him what they need to do to improve the line, and his response was, "Well, you got to get all new linemen." That's what he told the reporter.
Oh gosh.
So
with his son sitting back there behind those boys.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's
That's
get
what
our
he-
son killed.
That's what he's frustrated about is Shador running around looking for that. Yeah, but they are going to the Big 12.
He knew he didn't have any linemen when he went out there.
That's why he brought in 50-some players when he went.
He didn't have anything when he went out there, but if he just brings in all these other players, then they're not necessarily any good. I mean,
So here's your Big 12. They're going to be the Big 16.
Mm-hmm.
Arizona State, Baylor, BYU, Central Florida, Cincinnati. All these teams got a lot in common, don't they?
The regional.
Colorado, Houston, Iowa State, Kansas State, Oklahoma State, TCU, Texas Tech, Utah, West Virginia, and real quick, speaking on the the NIL and how much money you can make in college, one of the girls, the twins from Miami, has transferred to TCU, the Horned Frogs, and they're slated to make basically $10 million off Horned Frogs shirts with her face on it and stuff like that. So that's one of the reasons she went to TCU. So just making millions as a pretty basketball player, Tom, in college. She's making way more than the WNBA players are making.
What's more Christian than that? Texas Christian.
I don't
where
think
we sell sex.
I don't think they're selling it. I think she's selling it.
But it's their name on it, right?
Do I? No. What I'm saying is that they make money.
Correct.
Without the
Correct.
school.
Well, no.
Right.
Yeah. But
That's what I'm saying.
But
the school don't get every dollar that she's making
is
on
Texas
OnlyFans.
Christian. Is Texas Christian going to profit from her?
Oh, probably. Absolutely.
Yeah. So Texas Christian sells sex. Period.
Sure.
Get out of here, man. Get out of here, man. I'm just so tired of hypocrisy. I've had it up to my ears, man. I just can't deal with it.
All right, y'all ready for some bad college picks from last week?
I didn't make any.
Yeah, you did, Tom.
I don't make any because I'm so aggravated by the time I leave this, I just block you out of my mind. And I don't even know what I picked till I come back next week.
Zach got 6, you got 6, I got 7.
That's what it is every week.
On account of North Carolina State.
On account of if I just didn't hate
You're gonna
NC
have to
State,
start
I
picking
would be
North Carolina
even.
State. That's right.
North Carolina.
Don't let your aggravation for Terry.
That's right.
I know.
It's getting you beat every week.
I know it is. It is. It's the truth. You know how, like, when you're playing the game and you just aggravate the guy that you're guarding so much you can't shoot? That's Terry. That's just because you're not any good, so your only chance to win is to aggravate the other people into playing bad. That's your strategy.
I've told a lot of people that, Tom. If I had to play you, you'd be so mad before we ever got
I probably
through
would. I would. I could be completely out of my mind.
Ref, he's pulling him a jersey.
Yeah. Ref.
He would complain to the refs.
He turned
He
LeBron.
would. All right, here's bad picks from last week. This is bad college picks from last week, guys. So here we go. Got to have the music effect.
Bad picks.
Yeah, go ahead and
I
take
think.
Utah.
I think. Will you shut up? So I can take the pick. I think that they're vulnerable for an upset here. I like Utah.
He did good.
Go
see?
in there and beat Washington.
You have just lost.
They should have won. Well, you need to shut up when the other person's talking.
Didn't they get beat like 35-6 last week?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They had their bad game. They got it out of the way.
Okay, now we'll
They
go
got
to
it out.
Washington and beat them.
Washington has a pull up their scores. Pull up their scores.
Hey, I was thinking the same thing.
I mean-
You just said it.
And they should have beat them.
But you didn't.
Well, okay, you guys. And they should have beat them. We're
I
gonna
hope
cut
I get
this.
to cut me laughing. I hope we do, Tom. And
We're gonna cut. We're
Oh,
gonna
we're gonna cut this
No,
one
we
way or
cut.
the
Oh,
other.
yeah.
Bad picks.
I don't really, follow them that close, but I'd like to, the big win against Oklahoma. They're at home. I like Kansas.
I also like Kansas.
I do too.
Bad picks.
Oh for 3.
Give me Tennessee.
Give
Terry.
me Tennessee.
Oh, Missouri don't know what
Missouri.
winning is. They're just overranked right now.
Oh my
Tennessee
gosh,
wins.
Tennessee's going down today. Good job.
Why
you
does
just
it- why
jinxed
does-
them.
Sorry,
yeah.
ball
Why
fans.
does he invent? He invents his own vernacular.
There's something about
Nobody-
that chair.
nobody
Him and
says-
Dennis sit over
look,
there and
nobody-
say some of the weirdest stuff. to me.
Nobody says overranked. It's overrated, Terry. It's not overranked. It's overrated.
Missouri has
Have
no
you
chance.
ever heard anybody on television say they're overranked?
He's talking about
They're-
the rankings, I guess, Tom.
They're over. Man,
Yeah.
This guy makes up his own Terryisms. We need to write them
I'm
down
telling
in a
you.
book. We need to write every Terryism down in a book so we can understand what he's saying.
Bad picks.
What the heck?
In Orlando, Zach. what do you
Oklahoma
think?
State
Right.
right. down Oklahoma
Lord.
last week in their favor by 2.5.
Oh, God.
Give me Oklahoma State.
That's funny.
4 and 5 UCF.
Terry?
No, it's Oklahoma State. There's no way I can do that other.
It must be so heavily betted that
I like them.
they have to take
got
it
it.
down.
Bad picks.
We
Vegas,
should've known
Vegas
that.
knows.
Yeah,
It is
we
so
should have known when Tom talks too much.
I know. and
But
we're-
I've already wrote down Iowa, so
Now
I'm
you're
going to
worried.
stay with Iowa.
Now you're worried, aren't
He
you?
Yeah.
doesn't know.
I'm going with Rutgers. Iowa can't score.
Bad
I know. Rutgers did good point.
Forest at home.
It's
There
hard
you
for
go.
us to beat
Upsets.
them over.
Upsets.
They do.
State today.
You
they
are
don't-
taking that. Oh, my God. That's two losses, I see. Yeah, because you took Missouri, that's a loss. You took Wake, that's a loss.
We'll see.
You're a good fake better.
Took Utah too. We'll see. Utah's my only road dog.
Fake better.
Not a fake better. That's not a term.
Bad picks.
I'm taking Nebraska.
I'm still upset that Maryland's not in the ACC anymore. Give me Nebraska.
Bad picks.
I like Washington State.
I do too.
I took California.
Arkansas.
Oh,
Coach got fired after that
I
too.
don't like neither one.
They
of them.
fired the coach after that game. What's that got to do?
If they was playing at Auburn, I'd pick them. But since they're playing at Arkansas would get up.
Those are some bad picks.
All right, that was our bad picks from last week here on KTC. Time for some more bad picks with you guys. Let's see.
I'm unbeaten this week.
You going unbeaten or you are unbeaten?
I'm going.
I was about to say, you're right. You are unbeaten right now. Get this made real big so the guys can get all the info they need. And the folks that are watching at home, if you are listening on the radio this morning, you can watch the show live on YouTube every Saturday and watch the replays anytime after that. KTC Broadcasting YouTube channel. All right, we're going to start. Don't know. How about in Miami? Where Miami is a half-point favorite over number 10 ranked Louisville. Somebody, what?
I've never seen that.
What are we doing?
I've never seen
done
That's
lost-
how it should be.
Unranked, 6-4 Miami, a favorite over the number 10 team in the country. What a sport!
You're
what a sport
talking
this
about
is.
a Louisville team, man.
Look at the ticket price.
$5.
$5.
They're gonna fill up
Bucks.
the stadium.
It is cheaper to go see a top 10 team today get possibly upset at Hard Rock Stadium than it is to pay to go see Crest or Shelby next week down the street on Highway 150 or 74.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. $5.
All right, Zach, who you got in this one?
Give me that number 10 Louisville.
Terry.
Oh, there's no doubt. I mean, Miami wins. Louisville's not that good.
They're 9-1.
Okay.
They clobbered Notre Dame.
They barely beat North Carolina State after State led 10-0.
But State, you just get so they barely beat State, who you brag about every week. So now you're saying they're bad because they beat a good team. It's just give me Louisville, please. God Almighty, trying to break down.
There we go. There's one.
There we go.
Both of y'all have picked one.
The Ole Miss game was $2 to get in.
What?
$2.
$2.
Ticket.
Might as well give them away.
Hey, do you remember Better Off Dead? I want my $2.
Yeah.
They're playing Duck Dynasty today, Louisiana Monroe. Not going to pick that one.
No.
Utah's at Arizona. 1 point favorite is the Arizona Wildcats. Both teams are 7-3. $15 for this one. Top 25 matchup. 58 degrees in Tucson, Arizona. Tommy, who you got?
It'd be a nice day in Arizona. I picked Utah last week, then I picked them. Not picking them this week, Arizona. You let me down, Utah.
Terry.
Well, you always go to opposite when Tom talks about Utah. So I'm going Utah.
On the road? Yeah. Arizona's been playing good, Terry. You don't know because you go to sleep at 9
Well, they're 7-3.
I've picked
same record as Arizona.
Arizona's going to
Utah, and they let me down earlier in the season. I picked Arizona against Arizona, and they won. So I'm not going to pick against Arizona at home. I'm going to take Arizona.
Playing good ball, too. They're playing good football.
All right, after 2 games, y'all be 2 games behind.
Uh-huh. Well, those games are actually later today, Terry.
Anybody picking the Tennessee Volunteers?
Not after the 2 performances last week of one scoring 6 and the other one blowing out Ole Miss.
Georgia.
It's a 10. It's a 10.
It's a 10. It's a 10 points. That's why are we going to do it or not?
Yeah, we need to do it. I think Georgia wins that.
Georgia's going to roll.
What time is that game?
Georgia.
3:30.
Well, let's do it. Let's all waste our time and pick Georgia. Iowa, favored by 3 at home against unranked 5-5 Illinois.
Yeah, the star player's out. I think the kid who was running all the punts back and everything. He's
Iowa.
out.
For Iowa?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But their defense will carry them today. Iowa wins.
I'll take Iowa also.
I also have Iowa. So.
North Carolina. How many dogs are in the top 25 this week? What's the point of even being ranked?
It's so hard to pick a Carolina Clemson game because one week they play great, the next week they're garbage.
I want Vegas. Seriously, I want Vegas to rank the teams because
they do a better job than the rankings.
Then Clemson should be ranked ahead of North Carolina. Flat out, if they're 8-point favorites, why is North Carolina ranked ahead of them? The same thing on Louisville. Why are they top 10 if they're only going to be a half a point favorite in an unranked Miami team? Clemson favored by 8 in Death Valley. $20. Andrew Jackson gets you in today. 72 degrees. Zach,
I'm gonna take Clemson.
Terry,
Clemson.
Tommy,
Clemson's had a good game, so old Dorco's due for a bad one. Give me Carolina.
Oh Lordy, another loss.
Oklahoma State 6.5 point favorites at Houston.
$3. After that butt whooping last week.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
think of this.
45-3, whatever.
Did somebody not play? Did their quarterback not
the whole
play?
team?
So wait a minute. So they got beat 45-3. Let's go back. Let's just roll this up. Clemson is an 8-point favorite over number 20. Why is Clemson not ranked, period, over both of those teams if Oklahoma State is still – how do they still get ranked after getting beat like that? I just don't understand.
This is a hard game to pick no matter what you're doing.
So, Zach, who you want this one?
I'm taking Houston.
Terry?
Goddamn Moses, man. This is hard.
It's a 50-50 game, I promise
How is Oklahoma State still ranked?
They got smoked.
That's what I said.
3 losses and got smoked.
Oh, they still
I'm
ranked.
going out on the board. I'm going to take Oklahoma State. They bounce back.
$3 to get in that game, baby.
Terry, it's go out on a limb, not a board. Okay? Oklahoma State, please.
Go out on a board.
Ain't no limb.
Go out on on a board.
complaint,
Listen,
boys.
there ain't no
Folk
limbs on a
complaint.
pirate
Go out
ship,
on a
Tom. You
board.
got to walk what you got to walk.
Is that what you call the things growing off trees? Boards?
Oklahoma
Look at
State
that
Buccaneers.
board. He's going out on a board. Oh.
Time to suck an egg,
Walk
Terry.
the plank. That's what you got to do.
Choke an egg.
Choke an egg.
on an egg.
Choke an egg.
Kansas State, 10-point favorites.
That's a 50-50
at
game, too.
Kansas, $92 if you want to see this game.
Kansas
And
didn't
Kansas,
play-
nothing else to do in Kansas, I guess.
Kansas didn't play good last week. So I'm taking Kansas State.
Man, it's almost better. It's almost cheaper to get on a plane and fly to Miami and watch that game than it is to go watch Kansas and Kansas State play. each
They're
other.
a 10-point favorite at Kansas.
Family of four, $92, $281. I can get to Miami. Terry?
I'm going to go opposite. I'm going to go Kansas.
Vegas.
Tommy?
Kansas State. Kansas State.
This is going to be a good game.
Kansas State.
Beavers and Huskies.
Washington.
Pac-12 vote winners.
Pac-12.
Oregon State, a point favorite.
Pac-12 co-champion Beavers are 1-point favorites over the Washington Huskies right now. Another team ranked lower than the other one that's a favorite this week. Washington undefeated. Oregon State getting 1 point, 51 degrees in Corvallis. Terry.
Washington.
Tommy.
Give me Oregon State. They're tough at home.
I feel like Washington is a shaky undefeated.
They can score points. I was watching them
They're
last
shaky.
week. They can score points. Their defense is a little shaky.
So golly,
Quarterback's got 28 touchdowns, 7 interceptions.
Now, the quarterback was actually at Indiana, Penix. And he was played for Indiana before he transferred out there. I tell you what, he's a player though. I mean, he has got a cannon. If you watch him throw the ball left-handed, I mean, he can sling it.
This is not with conviction. I'm gonna take Washington on the road.
Yeah, it's hard to go again now. If you've seen Penix play, he's pretty.
I feel like they're real shaky at that 5.
How many you got over there, Terry?
Penix play. Listen to Tom. He plays. He got drafted by Indiana.
We don't draft in the NFL.
You get recruited. Recruited.
Come on.
You don't get drafted.
He
Terry.
went to Indiana.
You get recruited.
That don't mean he went to Ohio State
Have you watched him
or
play?
BYU
Have you watched him
or
play?
people who have quarterbacks.
Have you watched him play?
It's not the point of that.
Yes, it is the point. It's the point is you're making just no information,
No information.
no observation.
If he
just
was
went
an
to
elite
Indiana.
quarterback,
But
he'd
like-
have been at
like
Alabama,
Indiana's
LSU,
never-
the Fighting Irish.
Like
I could pick
Antoine
teams he'd have
Randall
been
L.
at.
Like
Not
Antoine
Indiana.
Randall L. was just nothing. Even though he played pro ball and he went to Indiana.
Oh, Indiana, boy, they top of the line. Quarterback
That's
city.
dumbest. You've never even seen the man play. Watch him play. My God. Watch him play.
Oh,
Get
Lord.
out. Get off your whatever you're doing.
Go out on a board and watch
Go
Indiana
out on the
today.
board and watch Penix play. You'd be impressed. Anyway, what are we picking?
I took Washington.
Washington. So he took Washington. After he slammed the quarterback and said he sucked because he played at Indiana.
Oh, my God, he's
now
playing
give me
Oregon
Washington.
State.
Give me Washington.
He's playing Oregon
God
State.
almighty.
Washington State.
That's 8.
8.
What's the next game?
Florida and Missouri. Oh, Coach, I'll do whatever for money. Drinkowitz, 11-point favorites over Florida right now. $32, 61 degrees. Zachary?
We picking that?
Yeah.
It's 11. Yeah.
That's what he said.
Give me Missouri. Give me Missouri.
I'll let y'all pick the 10-point game. We got a much better
Can't
chance.
figure
of
out who
being
Florida
closer.
is this year. 1 week they're good, 1 week they're horrible.
Well, I told them Missouri didn't know how to play, and they proved me wrong last week. That's
not hard to
very
do.
seldom. But I'm going to take Missouri this week.
Might change my
Missouri.
bet. No.
Missouri.
Texas at Iowa State. Longhorns 9-1. Iowa State 6-4. Texas favored by 7.5 on the road. $15 in Ames, Iowa at Jack Trice Stadium. 45 degrees. Jack Trice Stadium. 45 degrees tonight.
It's a good day for football.
Yeah.
Tommy, who you got in this matchup?
Iowa State. They're tough at home, but
It's a must win for Texas.
Ewers healthy now, right? Ewers is back healthy, playing ball, right?
Yeah.
I like Texas to go in there.
They got to win.
Yeah.
This is
Go in there
almost
and get a
playoff
win.
for them.
Terry.
Oh, it's Texas.
Yeah, I agree. They're getting beat today.
Don't be
They're getting
surprised.
beat today.
Don't be surprised if Iowa
They're
State
getting beat
gives them a
today now.
good game at home, though. They always have
App
played
State,
tough at
James
home.
Madison.
I could say that every game.
On the road, James Madison, 10-point favorites.
Look at them ticket prices, baby.
Over Appalachian State. $165 if you want to see the Mountaineers this weekend, Tommy.
But it's not
$165.
There's not as many.
That's the
tickets.
lowest.
There's not as many tickets.
That's the
It's
lowest.
a smaller venue.
Wonder how cheap it
That's
is.
better than $2.
Wonder how cheap it is to watch.
I want my $2.
Ohio State, $20, Terry. Cheap tickets. Nobody wants to watch that crap.
If I'd have known tickets are $20, I wouldn't have been here today. I'd be at that game. I'll just go and tell you that right now. You'd be over here arguing with yourselves. I'd be in Columbus.
All right, Tommy, is the Mountaineers ruin James Madison's season?
They do not. James Madison easily. They cruise over the Mountaineers.
55's the over and a half, 10-point spread. 32-22, is that what they're saying? 33-22, something like that. Zach?
I will not pick against James Madison again this year. I did against the Virginia Cavaliers, and I believe that was who we picked, was it not, with James Madison? They come in and beat them, so I'll pick James Madison.
Terry, it is our job to ruin people's season.
That's what I'm talking about.
In their house. Now, when they come to Appalachian, we choke. But in their house, their season on the line, everybody
and plus,
in
they just got turned down.
And they got everybody in that stadium is going to be nervous when the Mountaineers roll into town. Do they pull the upset, Terry?
They will. All their heads will be slashed today as Appalachian State goes up there and ruins their season.
Their hopes, not their heads. Their hopes. Their heads will not be slashed. Halloween was last month, okay? I don't mind.
And they don't have playoff hopes.
Playoff rankings right now: Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, Florida State, Washington, Oregon, Texas, Alabama, Missouri, Louisville. They're at 10 in the playoffs. So James Madison ranked 18th in the AP, Tom. They're not even ranked in the top 25 in the playoff rankings. So
because they can't.
They can't. So they don't even put them in there.
That's a great rule. I mean, college football's got some great policies.
Look at Liberty. Look at Liberty slipping in down there at 25th, 10-0.
That's right.
Like they can't come in.
Well, they're good at football because you're not allowed to hold hands with your
How come North
girlfriends, right? No
Carolina
weak
State's not
knees there,
right?
right, Kevin? No weak knees.
How come North Carolina State's
That's
not
what
ranked?
it is.
How come what?
The state Wolfpack is not ranked. Where are they at on this other little poll
In
over
the
here?
AP?
I got
You got 2 votes.
26, 27, 28, 29,
You got
30,
2 votes for
41,
the top
32,
25.
30, 33rd?
Or are they 7-3?
Yeah.
Coaches poll.
They should be ranked. They should be ranked as bad as some of these teams are. That's getting smoked
That's
in the
what I'm
top
saying.
25.
You got 16 coaches' votes.
They ought to be ranked.
Youngstown State.
Oklahoma State got beat by 40 last week.
And they still ranked. Yeah.
145 points.
Fell 8 spots.
Tennessee got smoked last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, who beat them last week?
Some little team, Missouri. Doesn't know how to win.
All right, JP, time to take a break. We come back. We'll do NFL. We got bad picks for that, too, coming up. KTCBroadcasting.com.
Tickets limited while supplies last. Online only at renfestinfo.com. Save your date. Oh, you'll love the Renaissance Festival. Available at Harris Teeter stores region-wide. Oh, jolly good. Don't miss the Renaissance Festival. Huzzah!
Grizzly the Greeter says this is the best sale of the year at Blessed Buildings and Tiny Homes in Cherryville. It's the year-end sale with so many specials, like pre-owned units, an additional 10% off. Metal buildings, 7% off units priced under $10,000 and 12% off metal buildings priced over $10,000. And get 50% off the setup of a tiny home. Buy a play set now and get Christmas delivery and setup. Blessed Buildings and Tiny Homes, 2268 Lincoln and Highway, 150 East in Cherryville, right across from Ace Hardware. Online at blessedbuildings-tinyhomes.com. Everyone at Tyndall Ford Subaru in Gastonia want to thank our veterans for their countless sacrifices. We appreciate all you have done to help keep us free and safe. In the face of impossible odds, people who love this country can change it. Let us remember the service of all of our veterans, past and present, men and women, all to keep us free. This Veteran Salute is brought to you by everyone at Tyndall Ford Subaru, 1901 East Franklin Boulevard in Gastonia. Online at tyndallford.com. Just in time for Christmas, Carolina Furniture Mart in Lincoln is having a 2-for-1 recliner sale. Buy one and get one free. Wall recliners for $4.99 and you get one free. Rocker recliners start at $5.99 and you get one free. And check out the big selection from 50 to 60 recliners in stock with 8 different styles of lift recliners to choose from. And yes, there's a great selection of leather recliners. 2 recliners, one price at Carolina Furniture Mart, 644 North Aspen Street in Lincoln, locally owned and operated since 1961.
Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota L-Series is part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability. They feature powerful Kubota diesel engines and easy operation. The durable Kubota L-Series. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Your Kubota dealer is Parker Farm Service, located at 126 Bessie Drive on Oak Grove Road at the Highway 74 bypass in Kings Mountain.
All right, that's on me. But welcome back to Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin and the gang. If I remember correctly, they're doing NFL and NFL bad picks.
I'm just a bit outside.
So I don't know why I've seen these or these have suddenly come across my timeline, but the blind sports Olympics have come across my Twitter timeline, and we're watching a guy do the blind long jump.
Ooh. He's feeling that. Did you see that?
And he got a little right of the pit there, Terry,
Just
didn't
a
he?
bit
He's going
outside.
left now. Left. Somebody must have told him to go right because he took a right really quick, and
He's lucky he didn't land on the.
And he missed the pit. Lex Gillette.
He was doing good. He just went.
That's what I'm saying. Well, my question is,
Lord, like his car's out of a line.
Terry, my question is that they know they're blind, right? Before this competition, could they make the pit wider?
Well,
right, Tom? If there's a chance he could miss it,
even if he don't,
let's make it wide enough that he doesn't. Do you make the pool skinny enough to miss it,
or don't put
when
make
you jump in a pool?
Don't make it wider. Put some soft stuff to land on the side.
Or the divers.
Who's telling him to jump at what time?
That's well.
They probably got it. They got it stride step. Yeah.
Counting
steps.
Even the ones that see do count steps. So I'm guessing that's part of it. I do have another one of blind sports. Now this one is more up Tom's alley. It's the type of sports he plays. This is a blind skateboarder.
Just sign up for that, boys.
Tom. Now, not only is he skateboarding, he's in the half pipe. He's in an empty pool. Okay, y'all ready for this one?
I got you. Oh Lord,
Zach, hit the. This has got funny volume.
5 seconds.
All right. Now.
yeah, that's not gonna be good. Yeah.
He's got his stick with him while he's riding.
Trying to probably figure out where the wall's at.
Lord.
Correct. He's got spotters, so we're gonna rewind it. So he drops in the pool.
All right.
He's down. He's up. Lands it.
Oh.
My.
He would have been all right if he hadn't hit that.
He landed the trick, but the other side had another more part of the pool.
Why in the world
Right.
would you have that on the backside?
Well, Terry, most of the time they don't have the blind guys that are skateboarding.
Holy moly. I bet guarantee that wasn't
That
good.
did not feel well.
No. I bet he's still in the hospital.
He needs to get that on a printout and put on his wall
Look
at
where,
home.
look where his walking.
I
Look where his cane's going.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know why the blind sports came across and
This is how come people carry phones around all the time for stuff like this.
yeah,
Yep.
to see people do that.
Correct.
Hey, 100% give him credit for being brave. That's way more. I wouldn't do it. I can see.
Ah.
I wouldn't dive
Brave
in,
and stupid
into
aren't
the pool- into
two
the pool.
good combinations.
They are. Brave. He's brave.
But at least he didn't look like Braveheart.
Braveheart.
Oh goodness. All right.
Unreal.
Oh god. All right. Let's get to the NFL. See if I got some NFL news and notes. I think I got a few that I got to show you that dog before y'all leave. That one's pretty good. All right. Let's see. The Ravens. Stat show. This is a wild Ravens stat. Here we go. First 10 games of the season in the last 40 years, the Ravens have only trailed this year by 28 total minutes. The other four of the five teams that's trailed the least in NFL history, all were 10-0 at this point. Baltimore 7-3.
But they've blown games.
Mm-hmm.
Miami, they could easily be 10-0.
And now
84 Dolphins only trailed by 14 total minutes is the best team. The 98 Broncos, of course, won the championship. 1990 Giants and the 2007 was the Patriots. Is that a championship team? I know the
Yes.
Giants and Dolphins.
That was the
were
first.
not.
Is that not the first year that Randy came?
No, it was the 90 championship.
Was
that
it?
was a championship.
The 1990 Giants beat the Bills.
Right, that
Yeah.
was the championship. The Patriots Brady came in 2003. You talking about Randy Moss?
Randy
Moss didn't win a Super Bowl.
So they might not have won it that year. Then.
No, Randy didn't win.
That
a
might have
Super
been
Bowl.
there.
Did he play in one?
Nope.
Wow.
No, he played in the one that got beat when they went undefeated.
Oh,
Yeah,
he got
against
beat
the
by
Giants.
Eli Manning. Eli beat Randy.
that was like 2010 or 11, wasn't it?
Was it that late?
It may have been. All right, we'll wait to get that one. I want to end on that one, Tom. All right, how about the Eagles this week? Here's a fun one. Bernard Williams. Eagles waived Miles Jack from reserve retire list and Bernard Williams from reserve suspended list. Bernard Williams is an offensive tackle who was suspended indefinitely in 1995 for weed after being named to the 1994 All-Rookie team. He never applied for reinstatement and went to the CFL. He's 51 years old. And the Eagles just yesterday officially released him after all these years, sitting there on their suspended list.
Huh.
He's been there since 1995, Tom.
That was a good year for me.
Terry, good news. That's the last time Cowboys won. This might be the curse. Eagles finally got rid of this guy. You guys are off the hook now.
About 95, Tom.
That's a pretty good year.
The year that we beat y'all in the World Series.
Well, other than that.
Other than that.
Well, that was good.
Other than that.
Here's a fun stat. Terry will say, who cares? This will probably.
Other than that.
Getting to a World Series when you've never won one, Zach, qualifies as a great year. I'll give Tom credit for that one. I got you back.
Yeah. We won a World Series in 1948.
Yeah, the Bills get a participation.
1948.
Bills get a participation trophy for the 90s.
Back then, they used to give
We
you a patch.
have won a World Series.
Yeah.
Period.
You got a patch.
The conversation now ends.
It doesn't count if Hitler was alive when y'all won the World Series.
He wasn't alive.
I know.
He was dead in 1945. Okay?
Allegedly.
Oh,
Allegedly.
Kevin, No, we're not doing this. No. What's the next?
I watch
NFL?
the History Channel, Tom. Maybe you should catch up.
They don't do history no more.
Hunting Hitler. Catch up, Tom. How many touchdowns would each team have if you took away the quarterback? I mean, not touchdowns. How many wins would these teams have if you took away the quarterback's touchdowns? So their team would still have enough points to win games if you took away the quarterbacks.
Rushing touchdowns?
It just says touchdowns. How many wins would you have if you took away your quarterback's touchdowns? The Ravens would still have 4. The Cowboys would still have 3. Dolphins 2. Chiefs 2. Eagles none. It's basically saying that some teams can win without their quarterback even being there. Dallas has won 3 without that. Ravens of 4. So you gotta have some good defenses there, guys. Think about the Dolphins though. Could have won 2 games without Tua throwing a touchdown pass or scoring. That's pretty impressive for them. You never would have bet on that one. Maybe probably not the Chiefs either as well. All right, Tom, we got a Browns one here in a minute. Chargers. How about this one? Are 482, 482-11 all time now. Justin Herbert is 29-29, and they have scored since his first start. They've scored 1,502 points and gave up 1,502 points.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they're calling for the coach. He's supposed to be a defensive
coach. That's like Cherry
coach.
West City or the Duke Carolina matchups, Terry.
They're talking about the coach there. He says he's supposed to be a defensive coach, a head coach, and they say they can't stop anybody. They're saying he might be gone, and Bill Belichick show up there next year.
Rumors are swirling that the Washington Commanders will be offering draft picks for Bill Belichick in the offseason. That's come across the rumor mill. Quarterbacks out this week. Joe Burrow's gone for the season. Lamar got hurt. 5 days ago, Tom, AFC North looked like the best division in football. Now it's on fire.
Dumpster fire.
Did you hear about RG3?
What?
RG3.
The Browns should sign me as their starting quarterback, and here's why. 1, at 33 years old, I understand the game better than I ever have in my entire career. I know how to slide, and I know when to slide, and that was a huge issue in my 8 years in the NFL. But I've learned. I've learned from my mistakes, and I'm ready to showcase that I can get it done. But here's the thing. Deshaun Watson went 14 for 14 in the second half against the Baltimore Ravens, and he used his legs to go out and scramble and extend plays. Of those 14 passes, there weren't really any of them that you would say were $230 million worthy passes. All they needed him to do was manage the game because of them dogs they got over there on defense, starting with Myles Garrett. Well, guess what? I didn't do that. I can go out there and manage a game for the Cleveland Browns and help them go on the Super Bowl run that they want to go on. But here's the second thing. I still run a 4.340, people, and I can throw the football 80 yards. I train every week like an NFL football player so I could be ready for moments just like this. So they need to hit my line. And the third thing is, for me, if Dorian Thompson-Robinson is going to be their guy and they don't bring me in to be the starter, then they should bring me in to be the backup so I can help him in the same ways that I helped Lamar Jackson. I learned 6 offenses in 8 years in the NFL. Nobody wants to talk about it, but learning a new offense has never been a problem for me. And I can help DTR with his decision-making, when to make certain plays, and truly to understand what he has to do as a quarterback with a defense like that on the other side of the football.
Tom, do they sign RG3?
No.
Do you know who they worked out yesterday?
I know they worked out Joe Flacco.
The elite Joe Flacco's in town, boys. Dun, dun, dun.
See, the problem with guys like RG3 is they don't understand. Well, he does understand. I'm going to just, what he won't say, I know he understands, that the speed of the game is you just have to play. You know what I mean? I don't care how fast you are. The speed of that game requires constant contact with that game. I mean, you can't. We saw what happened to Deshaun Watson. He took a year and a half off the speed of the game, man. I mean, he just couldn't play.
He's probably, what, 5 years out now, RG?
No, he's not.
Has he not been out long?
2 or 3 at least. What do you think, Kevin? Maybe more than that. You know, he might be 5 years out. It's just the speed of the game. The speed of the game is just, if you don't play that game every year, you take 5 years off and try to come back at the hardest. Try to come back at the hardest position.
For 3 years. He was on a team 3 years ago.
If he was good enough to play, if he wasn't good enough to play 3 years ago, what makes him good enough to play now?
He was Lamar Jackson's backup.
Right.
3 years ago is what he was saying.
Why do y'all have Watson? I mean, y'all made this move. At the end of this year, he will have played 14 out of 34 games.
What no y'all to it?
Wasn't my decision.
90-something $1 million.
Yeah.
90-something million? Try 230.
14.
Oh, I was talking about for the two he's played.
Out of 34 games.
Yeah. Out of the 2 years he's played, they paid
all
$90
the money
million.
y'all paying
It will
him.
go down as the worst trade other than Herschel Walker. It's terrible. And what you're wasting is this good defense. You're wasting this defense.
It might be comparable to the Herschel Walker trade. Did they get Stroud from that, or do we know? Did they not get Stroud from that trade?
No.
They got that from wasn't that one from the Panthers trade?
Mm.
That was from the Panthers trade, wasn't it?
No, that would have been Chicago getting.
No, Chicago. That's right.
They could have got that from.
That's
the
a lot of
Dolphins
money.
Trade.
I just tell you,
Of paying a guy his guaranteed contract.
You're wasting the Myles Garrett years. You're wasting this defense. You're wasting the Chubb years. Who knows if he's going to be as good as he was? You're wasting on this guy. And RG3's right. I mean, the passes he made, he didn't make any like elite. I mean, he's good. I mean,
He did play well,
If you're
I
14
thought, last
for
week.
14, you played well.
I thought he played
I'm not
well
gonna
last
say
week.
that. But in the first half, he stunk. He was terrible. And in a lot of other games, he's not been very good. And it's just like, and everybody's like, give him a chance, give him a chance. I'm like, no. If I write you a $230 million check, you perform now.
Tom Brady coming in.
Yeah, you win now. You don't win. This ain't a project.
Put Tom Brady on
Who ever
that team.
heard of
Just
a
be done
$230
with it.
million project?
Write Tom Brady a check and be done with it.
No, don't.
Brady's available?
No.
I mean, why
What
not?
do we know?
No. Because the offensive line is banged up.
Joe Flacco is decent, though, if they would take him. He understands the game. He's going to be a pocket quarterback. And let your defense do.
Rewind. The offensive line stinks right now. They're too banged up. They're banged up. I mean, that's why. I mean, I think he got sacked 4 times last week. I have to look at, and he took a bunch of hits. They're banged up front. I mean, you know, I think they had 2 or 3. Now they just got one back. I think Dunn's coming back from injured reserve, but he was a backup. You know, I mean, they've done this with a patchwork backup offensive line. Now, I'm not saying they played horrible, but you can't put no 38, 45-year-old quarterback back there behind a banged-up offensive line. He's going to get killed. Tom Brady's not going out there. He knows better. You got to put somebody who can move a little bit, extend the play. I mean,
you can't have Flacco.
No, I just don't think
So
it'll
you
work
just
right.
with what is Walker? The guy that's
No,
working-
they're not.
working-
They're going to play. They like to call him DTR, Dorian Thompson Robinson, who started against the Bengals and got beat 28.
PJ Walker's got a touchdown to
Don't you wish
interception
you had
ratio that's
Dobbs
awful.
back? You know, that third rounder for Jacoby Brissett's looking pretty cheap right now. It looks pretty cheap.
All you guys
right
need
now.
is somebody to manage the game and let your defense win. That's all y'all need.
You can't do that in the modern NFL.
Joe Flacco.
You can't do that.
Is a career 18-3 versus the Cleveland Browns.
You can't sit there and say, well, we're just going to let our defense win every game, man. You can't. I mean,
Giants won 2 Super Bowls like that with Eli Manning. Well, actually, 3 or 4 Super Bowls. Phil Simms, Jeff Hostetler, Eli Manning, all those garbage quarterbacks.
okay, that's almost Terry level stupid, but
well, was
you
one of those
can't-
good? Was
you
one of those
can't-
guys good?
Phil
No.
Simms was pretty good.
He's talking about
Phil
different
Simms
era, I
was
think.
pretty good. It's a different era.
Yeah.
I just don't think you can. You got to have
is
a
Phil
solid
Simms winning a
defense.
Super Bowl without Lawrence Taylor?
I'm not saying he
No, I'm not
is.
saying
I'm
that,
just
but
saying
what are you saying?
he'll
Phil
win the
Simms.
Super Bowl.
You're
He
what you're saying is, okay, Myles Garrett, we're going to go grab some guy for practice
Joe
squad,
Flacco's better than
and
Phil
we're
Simms.
Going,
Agreed.
No, but what you're saying is, okay, Myles Garrett and the rest of the guys, go
comparable.
win every game. Go win every game, and we're going to get some garbage practice squad player and score 8 points, hold them to 6. It's dumb, man. You can't. You got to have somebody
Especially in the
to score a
playoffs.
little bit. Look how many
Flacco.
look at the Colts. The Colts game, they had to score in the 30s. In this Ravens game, they did get a defensive touchdown, but you got to score 20, 25 points. I mean, even if your defense is good.
The most touchdowns Phil Simms ever threw in a season.
17.
No.
Phil Simms wasn't garbage. He wasn't. I mean, he's.
Wait a minute. The most touchdowns he ever threw in a season was 22. That season, he threw 20 interceptions.
No, just out of curiosity, is Phil Simms in the Hall of Fame?
I have
I
no
don't
idea.
think so.
22
don't think he
touchdowns,
is.
18.
I don't think so.
Listen to this: 22 touchdowns, 18 picks. 22 touchdowns, 20 picks. 21 touchdowns, 22 picks in 3 straight years. The year they won the Super Bowl in '85, he had 22 touchdowns, 20 interceptions.
We forget Hostetler coming in and
Yeah, he got
booted,
replaced by Hofstad.
But when Phil Simms got in the Super Bowl, nobody could pick him off.
Well, Timmy Allen had a good game in the Super Bowl too,
That's
Terry.
what I'm
But he's
saying.
not,
I mean,
he's
you're
not in
talking
the Hall
about
of
one
Fame.
game.
I mean,
but
Timmy Smith.
Yeah, he was elite in that Super Bowl.
Right. He had a good game.
Yep.
So did Desmond Howard.
Yeah, that's true. So did Larry Brown from Dallas.
Right, but none of those none of those are great players.
That's right.
Phil
They're
Simms
not
a
going no
great
Hall of Fame.
quarterback.
He's been considered for it, but he's not in the Hall. I didn't think.
I don't think he's got the numbers.
I don't think he does either. If you look at Terry,
he was top 10 quarterback when he was playing in it.
Terry Bradshaw's numbers are not real good either.
He went on Super Bowl.
No.
But again, that was your defense too. So I don't know.
Yeah,
different era too, though.
You got to have a good defense, but I'm saying you can't. I mean, you have to have at least a Phil Simms level quarterback. I mean, he's not a rookie.
He's like Baker Mayfield.
Right now, the Browns would love to have Baker Mayfield back.
I agree.
I mean, it's just God Almighty.
With all the picks and Baker, he'd be a lot better.
Who all is available? Cam Newton's available.
No. No.
There's no way.
You want to talk about the last straw? I won't watch another game if they sign Cam Newton. I mean,
if they do that, I'll buy you a Cam Newton jersey. I promise you I will.
I'm already still upset. There's a lot of good guys on this team that you can pull for. But I tell you, man, with the Watson thing is really just didn't sit well with me. But if they do that, it's just.
What about Tannehill asking for a release? He could be a Browns quarterback.
No.
Better than Dorian Thompson or whatever they got.
Well, you don't have no running back, and then you got him. He's not an elite.
Well, the season's over. You're missing your starting quarterback,
and you're starting running back.
You're basically got to hire somebody and hope that something happens.
Yeah, you're surprised
Flacco gets hot or somebody gets hot, but you don't. You can't bet on Flacco getting hot.
It ain't
but your defense is so
Flacco
good.
Flacco is not on the team. He's not going to be on the team.
He just tried out yesterday.
Okay,
he'll be on the team on Monday.
No, he won't. He will not be on the team.
Okay.
Why don't you just bring in Colin Kaepernick?
Why did they work him out, Tom? They didn't work out Kaepernick. They worked out Joe Flacco.
They work out players to show this guy, okay, you don't perform, we're going to bring in another guy. They do it with kickers all the time.
Well, why don't you go after Tom Brady? He would make the whole team better because he's going to make players better.
Right.
He's
How much better would Cooper be?
Yeah.
Cooper's good.
Yeah.
The offensive line.
He's going to make every player better.
If you don't have your healthy offensive line, a Tom Brady, Joe Flacco style quarterback's not going.
No, it's not.
If he could go quick drop three and get the ball out, I think it'd be okay. He got to go boom, boom, out.
They're banged.
And they got Njoku. That guy is nuts.
I mean, yeah, but I'm just telling you, you got to
control the game. That's what Tom Brady would do.
You're not going to get Tom Brady. Tom Brady's going to be like, okay, if I got 4 seconds to throw every pass, I'm going. But he might not have that in Cleveland right now.
He never had that anywhere he's been. He got rid of the ball in 2 or 3 seconds.
But a good defense. I'm telling you, that defense is elite. I mean, it is. It's
It
ridiculous.
is. It's an elite.
It's a waste of it. Now you're talking about this division. I mean, it's laid right open for Baltimore, but Pittsburgh with their odd record, with as bad as they've played, they're right there with them.
And guess who they play this week? Yeah.
I've been saying for weeks
they're a 1 point favorite
throughout the year that the league is down, and I mean like down as far as
in
like
the
quality.
NFC is
the NFC
even worse.
Bad.
Yeah.
Bad.
Dallas almost got a 3-game lead over a bunch of them.
Denver is 4-5.
That's what I was going to bring up next.
They're playing good, and they're 14th team in the AFC.
And how bad were they? I mean, Miami, they got beat, 70 points?
The Buffalo Bills are in 11th place in the AFC right now, guys. 11th place for the Buffalo Bills. Look at the playoff quarterbacks right now. You'd have to see Kenny Pickett, whoever the Browns start. Stroud's playing good. You'd have Tua. What'd you call him? Braveheart, Lamar, and Patrick Holmes. In the
Braveheart
AFC.
up there in third.
Look at Joe Flacco wouldn't be in the playoffs. Not Joe Flacco. Joe Burrow wouldn't be in the playoffs. Justin Herbert, Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, and Russell Wilson are all right now sitting on the outside of the playoffs in the AFC.
So
I know
right there's telling you quarterbacks are not it. It's your defense.
Everybody's looking at Cleveland and Pittsburgh right now, licking their lips, thinking that they can catch them on the offensive side 2 games
and
out.
My whole point was you don't need the most, but you need somebody who can get you 24 points a game at least.
How bad do we look for not picking C.J. Stroud? He's in the MVP race.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what the heck?
Well, you should have.
You can't say you can't say Deshaun's trade is worse than the Panthers.
No,
it's not even close.
They
had nothing out of that. They got nothing, and they're going to get. They have nothing next year out of that.
We could have Stroud and a good pick next year, unless then Stroud does this, and we're actually doing well in the NFC South. But he's played.
Philadelphia's in first, Detroit second, San Francisco third, New Orleans fourth, Seattle fifth, Dallas sixth, Minnesota seventh. I wanted to pull up here in just a moment our preseason picks. I think I got them right here.
7 make it, right, Kevin?
Yes, 7 are in the tournament.
You see that 13 right there? One of the teams I picked ain't even on that 13.
What's that, sir? Oh, you talking about to make the playoffs?
I picked the Bears.
What'd you say, Terry?
One of my teams I picked ain't even that top 13.
Well, I picked Carolina, so I don't even. I can't make it.
I picked the Giants.
But the rest of the one I picked's all good. All my other ones are there.
Ooh.
I've got our picks somewhere else. I've got our picks on a different computer. I have to pull up. But I can.
Did you just not have it?
Do what?
You just had it. All the.
I didn't have. Well, we had what I had was
the division.
I don't remember who the who we all picked the championship. I'm gonna have to do it off the top of my head. I could probably do it. Let's see. Let's go over here.
I know who I picked. I picked San Francisco on the NFC side, and I think I might have picked the Bengals.
Why is it not showing? Should be showing. There's my Photoshop. That's showing. Why is that not showing? Don't make no sense. All right. I'm looking at. I do remember. Let's see. Terry had Dallas and Buffalo. Tom had Cleveland and
San Francisco, I think,
or the Eagles.
Yeah,
one of those two.
Eagles. I can tell you your playoff picks. But it's not showing them. I don't know why the camera's not picking them up. Anyway, playoff picks in the NFC for Terry: Dallas, San Francisco, Detroit, New Orleans, Philadelphia, the Giants, and the Rams. Terry, so those teams combined 5-14 right now. In the AFC, Terry had Kansas City, Buffalo. We'll do all the NFC while I got them on the board so everybody can see that. The NFC standings. Tom in the NFC. We all had Philadelphia. We all had San Francisco. We all had New Orleans. We all had Dallas. So those 4 teams we all had. Tom had Detroit, Chicago, and the Rams. Zach had Detroit, the Panthers, and the Commanders. I had the Commanders and the Rams were my 2 bad teams. I've got 5 still in the playoff hunt right now. Actually, 5 in the playoffs: Philadelphia, San Francisco, New Orleans, Dallas, and Minnesota.
I've got 5 as well.
So you've got Philly, San Francisco. Yes,
I missed the Rams and the Bears.
Detroit. Zach's got 5. Everybody's got 5, I believe, and all 5 of the 7 in the playoffs so far.
That's not bad.
NFC doing pretty decent on those predictions. Over in the AFC,
look at that Jets pick. They're still there though. I mean, they ain't out of it.
They're hanging there like a hair on a biscuit.
Yep.
And Rodgers may come back. So, let's see.
You heard the new conspiracy that the Rodgers injury never really happened? That it's all a fake.
for a
yeah.
Well, I saw it pop. But Kansas City, Buffalo, and the Jets. We all picked them. 2 of those 3 are not in the playoffs right now, guys.
Look at Terry up there with the Ravens pick.
Terry with the Ravens. Colts are in the are out of the playoffs. So Terry so far has got 2 of 4. He's got the Steelers 3, Jets, and Broncos. Terry.
The Broncos team,
so 3 out of your 7 in the AFC.
Don't lay down on that Broncos team now.
Not as good so far in the AFC, Terry. Only 3 compared to. We all got 5 in the NFC. Tom in the NFC had the Chiefs. They're in. The Jets. They're out. The Browns are in right now. The Jaguars are in. The Dolphins are in. The Jets are out, and the Raiders are out. So Tom got 4 so far.
Raiders are right there though.
Zach, Chiefs in. Buffalo out. Bengals out, Jaguars in, Steelers in, Jets and Broncos out. So Zach with only 3 in the AFC right now. Him and Terry both have Kansas City and the Steelers. And Zach has the Jaguars and Terry's got Baltimore. So that's where y'all two are different on that. I've got Chiefs in, Buffalo out, Steelers in, Tennessee way out, Browns in, Jets out, Chargers out. So I've only got 3. So Zach, you're leading the AFC right now at 4 of the 7 teams. So not doing too good. What? What's he got?
4.
Yeah, Tom does.
Oh, Tom had 4. I thought
3.
Zach had 4.
No, I had 3.
Got y'all mixed up. Sorry. Yep. So Tom with the 4.
They look the same.
Well, they're right beside each other on my board. I know y'all can't see what I'm looking at over here, but they are right beside each other. So Tom, you're leading the AFC with Kansas City, Cleveland, Jacksonville, and Miami.
And Las Vegas right there. They're close.
But they're not in.
They're close.
Not in.
Well, Terry, you do you want me to count your Colts since they're closer than Vegas?
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
Colts
if they're
are close.
out,
They're
if they're
close.
out, they're out.
Close. A lot could happen.
Oh, Lordy. Come on to the next one.
We're going to make our picks.
Hey, it was about time. to
With
make
these
picks here in
quarterbacks
just
going
a few
down,
minutes.
what if one of the big at the top goes down? We've already had a lot of big
That's what I'm
quarterbacks
saying.
go down.
Is Brady sitting there waiting to come back or not? He's got to be, right?
Tom Brady is not going to play for the Cleveland Browns.
Now, that might be true.
I'm just going to go ahead and make that statement. Tom Brady will not play for the Cleveland
Browns. Now, that might be true.
I don't blame him. I'd say no, too.
You would, Terry, but, who cares what you think?
All right, here's
living
my
in 1996.
This is my opinion, Super Bowl opinion eliminator poll. Every week I kick a team out of the playoffs. We've had 10 weeks and one before the season. Detroit's always gone before the season.
Dallas not.
So 14 teams make the playoffs. There's my order of who I believe have the best chance of winning the Super Bowl. Make sure you're correct with that, winning Super Bowl. All right, Kansas City 1, Philly 2, Baltimore 3, San Francisco 4, Miami 5, Saints 6, Steelers 7, Jaguars 8, Cowboys 9, Vikings 10, Seahawks 11, Browns dropped all the way from, I had them at 3, I think, Tom, last week, to 12 with when you lose a quarterback and Chubb. I don't know what I can do about that. Texans 13 and the Lions 14. Got rid of the Titans this week. I don't believe it's going to work for them. They got a rookie quarterback now. Rookies don't win Super Bowls, so automatic kick out for me on them for that one. So I got Falcons and Bucks. I would get rid of them, Zach. They're not any good, but they can still win y'all's division. Rams are sitting there pretty bad too. Jets hanging there with Aaron Rodgers, and the other 4 or 5 teams right there I think are pretty good. But I think the next few eliminations will be the Rams, Bucks, and Falcons there. But they're still hanging in there in the NFC playoffs is the only problem.
Yep.
So, all right, let's pick some games. That's not the games to pick. All right. Oh, we got to watch. Did we do bad picks for these yet?
We have not.
We have not did. Let's do bad picks, and then we'll pick. Well, what were they last week, Terry?
I was the winner.
You were the winner last week?
Yeah.
What was the record?
Well, I was a perfect 14-0.
I doubt that.
I was.
See, why did I even ask? 14-0. Huh?
He was not.
I was. I didn't pick any.
That's right.
Trey left.
So I'm gonna listen to y'all's bad picks.
He was over.
That's right. He left
early.
early.
He was.
You still give him his whole check.
Here comes y'all's bad picks.
Terry, tell him not to worry about your wallet.
Here it goes. What's his
Here comes
bad
y'all's
pick?
bad picks. Are you gonna enjoy this one, Terry?
This is funny.
All right. All right. Well, I've got to go back to Tom, though. I didn't clip it this week, but the part where you said last week where you guys don't know anything about the NFL, forever for now on, that's going on the front of our NFL picks. I didn't get it. As soon as I hit publish, I was like, I forgot the Tom part. But anyway, starting next week, Tom will forever live in that lore with the you guys don't know anything about the NFL. All right, here we go. Bad picks from last week. It's just me, Tom, and Zach on this. Terry did leave early.
Bad picks.
Oh, now, if Stroud wins this one, Tom, I mean, Panthers fans are going to have to be like, oh, God. Like, really bad.
Texans don't play well on the road, and Cincinnati's been playing well. I like the Bengals to win this game.
Hey, too. Cincinnati's on a 4-game winning streak. I think Burrow's getting healthy. Give me the I jinxed him, didn't I?
I like having Terry here to balance stuff. Bengals as well.
Bad picks.
against Minnesota, and they keep winning, but I think their luck runs out. I think the Saints go in there and beat them.
Yeah, they've been resilient this year. You can say that about them. I think they lost their running back last week for the year too. So they keep getting hit with injury bugs. So I'm gonna go with the Saints on the road.
I think the Saints. I agree with you guys. They can win this game as well.
Bad picks.
It's basically not a favorite since they're at home. So I'm going with the Titans to come in and steal a win from the Bucks.
Titans 0-4 on the road. Let's go with the Bucks.
I'm going Titans on this one. I like Will Levis.
Titans are horrible.
Bad picks.
I don't know. Give me Braveheart at home. I like him.
It's me hard to pick 49ers to
34-3.
lose 4 games in a row, but man, the Jaguars are playing
Chase
well.
Young.
49ers are not.
Bosa.
And they're on the road, so I'm gonna take the Jaguars in this one.
Bad picks.
No, I mean, I just don't think the Browns have enough this week to win. Maybe later in the season if they made them in the playoffs, but not today. I think the Ravens are going to win that game.
I think it'd be hard to go into Baltimore as good as Baltimore's playing right now, even if
Yeah.
you're at full strength.
Right. And
Baltimore's
they're
putting
playing
up a lot of points right
They're
now,
playing
so I'm gonna take Baltimore at home.
I got the Ravens as well. A lot of teams say they might be the best team in the NFL right now.
Those
Don't know
3-0s
about
get
that.
us.
We'll see.
Bad picks.
Falcons have a lot to play for. I think they need to win. They go
Cardinals.
in there and get the win.
Kyler
I
Murray.
think they do too. Kyler Murray's gonna come in at least a little bit rusty, and I don't think they can win that game.
Bad picks.
I've picked against the Chargers the last 2 weeks. They made me
y'all
look
missed
crazy,
every
so
one of
I'm
them,
picking
didn't
against the Chargers at home this week.
I got Chargers.
Neither one of these teams
Either
stop
one
anybody.
ways, and
Last
Bad
week.
picks.
they're not playing Garoppolo. They're still playing the rookie. I'm going Jets with the win on this one. On the road, the Raiders come back down to earth a little bit.
Bad picks.
I'm taking Buffalo in this one. I know the Broncos beat the Chiefs, but they're just a bad team.
They're hard to figure out.
How's
They
the Bills
played
5-5?
well and they played horrible. The Bills have played well and not played well. So I think people expected them to be dominant this year. But in a primetime game at home, I like the Bills.
Bad picks.
I took the Broncos, Terry.
I'm gonna go with the Bengals. I picked them for this week, and I'm gonna pick them next week. That's gonna put them 5-0 in the last 5 games. So I'm gonna go with the Bengals. To get another win.
It's gonna be hard
That's
to
a
beat
horrible
both
loss.
those teams in a week. I'll go Bengals for the win, even though I don't feel convicted about that one.
Those are some bad picks.
They were.
All right, Terry, you get to join the fun this
We
week.
toasted them, Terry.
Had a bad week. We're going to lose our job.
Yeah, so well, it happens, sometimes. Have some bad picks. All right, let's look at the college football. NFL football games. Let's see. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything I wanted to get to. All right. Let's go some picks. All right, Steelers in Cleveland. Browns favored without a quarterback by 1.5 against the Steelers with Kenny Pickett. Tommy?
Well, they beat us once already, right? One game we should have beat them. They had 2 defensive touchdowns to do it. I still like the Browns in this one. I think the Browns defense will shut them out. I don't think Pittsburgh scores. Give me the Browns.
Zachary?
I'll take the Browns at home.
Terry?
That's so funny. They hear Tom. I don't even think they score. Steelers win.
They got a horrible offense.
It'll work on your impressions, Terry.
Pittsburgh wins. Can't go against Pittsburgh. They own Cleveland.
Bears at Lions. Oh, I forgot to pick. You said Kenny Pickett. Steelers. I don't even know who's quarterbacking for the Browns. It ain't Joe Flacco.
They don't either.
It ain't Joe Flacco and ain't Armani Edwards. Can't do well.
I mean, he only got beat 28-3 last time he started. So.
Who did?
DTR.
Oh, I know, right? Bears at Lions.
Mm-hmm.
Tom, you playoff pick Bears. You get, they got to start winning. They're going to make the playoff.
Yeah, go ahead and take the Bears.
No, I took the Lions for the playoff too. Lions, I think, going to win this game.
Terry?
Lions.
Zachary?
Yep, Lions.
I'm not picking the Bears for anything. Detroit Lions with the win. Chargers in Green Bay Packers 3-6, Chargers 4-5, $66. 3-point favorite. One of the things I didn't get, Green Bay, they've been showing a lot of opposing fans buying tickets this year. If you've got people on season ticket lists, shouldn't those go, if you're going to sell them, they should have some type of rule that they go back in that pool, that those folks
ones that's
should
in
be able to
line.
buy them
Yeah.
as opposed to you selling them on StubHub or whatever you're selling them on. I don't think that's right. But anyway, Chargers in Green Bay, Tommy?
I think the Chargers get it together. They get the win in Green Bay. Jordan Love, got no love for him, man. He's not real good.
Okay, that's where you lose. Green Bay wins.
No.
Zach?
I'm taking Chargers for the win.
Chargers ain't got a defense. Got a quarterback, though. 17 touchdowns, 5 picks on the year, 2,300 yards. I'm going Chargers for the win on that one.
They got 3 elite pass rushers, too. And they can't. It's all.
You're playing in Green Bay.
Yeah, but they're awful.
You're not playing out there.
Brett Favre ain't there.
Sunnyland.
Yeah, Brett Favre ain't walking through them doors. Aaron ain't walking through them doors. Will Boykins ain't walking through them doors. Raiders at Dolphins. Miami's favored by 13.5. I thought that was kind of big there. I thought they'd be favored, but I don't know about that. Zachary, Antonio Pierce to go 3-0.
No, I don't think they can score with the Dolphins. Give me the Dolphins in Miami.
Dolphins.
Yeah, Dolphins.
Man, I was not going to pick the Raiders, and y'all three, I'll go cross. That's the one everyone I missed last week, so everybody agreed.
Dolphins coming off a bye, too.
I know. Dolphins, I don't believe anything Raiders got to do. Dolphins with the win on that one. Game in hell, boys. Game in hell.
Sam Howell leading the league in pass yards.
And they're 4-6. Was he Steve DeBerg?
Steve DeBerg was pretty good.
So is Sam Howell.
Bergie. They used to call him Bergie. Bergie. Steve DeBerg, man. Steve DeBerg was out there playing. He's about 68 years old. He's still playing.
Heck yeah.
Steve, they play for Denver too. Yeah.
Commanders favored by 8.5 in this game over the Giants. Terry?
This is a crazy game here. I mean, the Giants are
terrible.
One of the worst defenses I've ever seen. Sam Howell ought to eat them alive.
They looked really bad last week.
But they're 1-3 at home.
Giants.
Yeah, 1-5 away.
Tommy,
Two bad teams playing each other. Commanders.
Is Tommy DeVito, Danny's little son? Is he out there playing?
Commanders got to have this.
It was so funny because, his family is from Jersey, and they showed his family, and he is like so stereotypical New Jersey family. But,
I got Commanders in this one. I don't think the Giants got anything.
I don't think Danny DeVito is going to pull it out.
How is the Raiders got a worse line than the Panthers versus Cowboys? Explain that.
I don't know, but the Panthers are at home. Panthers at home.
Be saying
host the Dallas Cowboys tomorrow on KTC.
Do they shock the world? Do they shock the world?
They might.
Well, now listen. The Arizona Cardinals beat them.
Yeah, I know.
Bryce Young at
this
home.
This is scary.
Fans will be half and half. Did you hear Frank Wright this
There'll
week,
be as
Tom?
many Cowboy fans down there as there are Panthers.
Terry,
There'll be more.
Terry, what you just said, the Panthers this week practiced with noise in their practice because of they know that there's going to be more Cowboys fans in their own house.
Yeah.
So the Panthers this week
Chargers
practiced
had
with
the same
crowd
thing.
noise at home. Tommy, who you got?
Oh, I watched the Cowboys last week. They'll eat the Panthers alive. They'll slaughter the Panthers.
Terry.
I'm going with Dallas, but don't be surprised if Carolina beats us.
Shut up, Terry.
I'm telling you.
Cowboys are the bully on they only pick on the team, the people that they could beat up.
Correct.
So they just destroy them.
Correct.
And then when they play anybody that they might match up well with, they get killed. So they beat Carolina this week. And when they play somebody that's formidable, they'll get smoked.
I'm just glad all this Carolina's only a game out of the division lead nonsense. I don't have to listen to that anymore. They're only a game out. They're a game out. There's a chance.
Titans and Jaguar. I got Cowboys. I got Cowboys. Not picking the Panthers to win anything. Titans and Jaguars.
Jaguars get back on the winning streak.
Yeah,
they got embarrassed at home.
Tommy, who you got?
Well, Braveheart pulls the arrow out of his chest and gets a win over the Titans.
I agree.
Go ahead and take the Titans.
Yeah. I did last week. It didn't work well for me.
Jaguars got beat 34-3 last week at home. I'm going Titans in this one.
They're 0-5 on the road.
Got to win one sometime.
No, actually.
And they stunk up Tampa Bay last week.
No. They're 0-5.
Got to win one sometime. Cardinals and Texans. Cardinals was win last week. Texans. Both these teams.
Good God, can you imagine if they win? They're gonna be 6-4.
We would have picked this as a game in hell at the beginning of the year, and this is not.
This was on the schedule. They're sitting there going like, "How do we get a good game this week?"
They could be 6-4 and 4-1 at home.
The Cardinals could win this game because Murray played well last week. They could win, but if the Texans, I'm picking C.J. Stroud.
Yeah, me too.
I like the Texans.
Tommy, this had to be a hard pick for you. Ohio State quarterback and your hero, Kyler Murray.
My picks are based on statistical information. That's not picked on who I think is going to get destroyed. I make a objective decision there.
Not when it deals with the Cardinals.
Didn't you pick the Jaguars last week and they got
they should have
destroyed?
They were
by the 49ers.
They did get destroyed. Well, that was true. They didn't get destroyed.
I picked them too, Tom.
Braveheart got wounded or something. I don't
Tampa
know
Bay at San Francisco.
Who'd you pick?
Who was it?
Yeah, Jaguars.
Yeah, Texans, not the Cardinals.
I think we're all
just
going,
don't put me down for Cardinals or Panthers.
I think we're
at
all.
Okay.
I think we're all going 49ers on this
49ers.
Yeah.
49ers.
Yeah. Did y'all watch any of that game last week? That Chase Young Bosa, it's ridiculous.
Jets at Bills.
Ridiculous.
Yep.
Tommy, AFC Northeast. I'm not even in the division the whole time.
Bills got smoked
Let's
last
go
week.
ahead. Yeah. Let's go ahead and the Jets in a mild upset. I think Buffalo's something's wrong. Their
Terry?
house is not.
I'm taking the Bills.
I'm taking the Bills at home. If they were playing at Jets, I might take Jets.
That's probably
last week I questioned that McDermott guy, and Tom made fun of me, and they got beat.
Yeah,
but I think they're better.
They
than
got a wide
at
receiver
home.
problem.
I'm going Bills on this one.
Diggs is not happy.
Seahawks at Rams. Well, I don't feel good on the Jets until Rodgers comes back. You don't know what they're going to do. Seahawks and Rams. Tommy.
Seahawks.
Rams favored by 1 at home. Terry.
Seattle.
I'm gonna walk the board on this one and take the Rams.
I'm with Zach. I'll push him off the board, see if he floats. Go Rams on this one.
Just because they're home.
Division rivals at home.
Mm-hmm. Should be a good game.
Broncos hosting the Vikings. Playoff implications for both teams.
Sure.
Russell Wilson's back. Zach, who you got?
Give me the Broncos at home.
I took the Broncos also.
Vikings. They got the momentum.
Broncos at home.
They gave up 70, and they might make the playoffs.
They just beat the Chiefs and the Bills back to back.
Yep.
But the Vikings played good too. So
Monday
it's
night
a 50-50
football,
game. I bet
America will be on their seats for $300. You can get a ticket to this game.
That's $300 because you want to see Taylor Swift.
Eagles at Chiefs. 2.5-point favorites at home is the Chiefs. Zachary, who you got?
Eagles go up there and get their butts whipped by the Chiefs.
Excuse me? What did he say?
Eagles gonna go up there and get their butts whipped by the Chiefs.
Whip? Oh, that's just that's getting cut.
They're not getting beat up there. I mean, they're not winning up there next week.
Eagles go in and they beat the Chiefs. The Chiefs aren't as good as their record.
They are not.
They're not as good.
Everybody expects that the Eagles go in there and beat them next week. It's not gonna happen.
Chiefs win by 17.
You guys are just stupid.
Butt whipping. Whipping. Walk the board, Eagles. Walk the board.
I don't know about a butt whipping, but I got the Chiefs in that game. I think they're two of the best teams.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
In football. Thursday night football, Packers at Lions. Is that Tommy?
Lions.
Terry?
Lions.
Yep.
Lions across the board for all four of us.
Lions got Bears, Packers back to back, so they're looking at 9-2 pretty soon. 9-3.
All right, couple of last-minute Twitter likes and stuff before we get out of here. I want to thank everybody for watching and listening to the show, as always, here on KTC Broadcasting. A recent study found that the average golfer walks 900 miles a year. Another study found golfers drink, on average, 22 gallons of alcohol a year, which means, on average, golfers get 41 miles to the gallon, Tom, making you a pretty good hybrid. That's for David Potter out there. He's our walking... what plays golf every day.
Could turn that back to
Go take a picture of that.
I know some golfers who won't believe it, but they will after I show it to them.
All right, Blake Snell has 2 more Cy Young awards than career complete games. 2 more Cy Young awards. Never thrown a complete game in his life.
They don't let him do it anymore.
Nolan Ryan struck out baseball players who've been struck out. 7 baseball players have been struck out by Nolan Ryan's father and son duos. He has struck out 7 father and son duos. How about this one? This is a fun little story. Wayne Gretzky, we all know who he is, right?
Wayne's getting old.
So this is talking about, how folks in this generation don't have a clue who people are in the past or anything like this. This is Wayne Gretzky at the All-Star event.
9-year-old son. The last time wasn't as memorable. I took my 9-year-old son, who didn't know a lot about hockey, but I said, "You got to come to the Hall of Fame with me." But I said, "I got to put a hat and sunglasses on if we want to get around." There's a lot of kids there, so we're getting around. They got a great interactive part of the Hall of Fame downstairs, and my son says, "Can we get in line? I want to try this." And I said, "Great." So he's 1 for 1, 2 for 2, 3 for 3. He ends up 4 for 5, right? And he goes, "Dad, will you try this?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll try it." I'm 0 for 1, 0 for 2, 0 for 3. And the young kid who was running the line says, "Sir, if you move your hand down the stick a little farther." I was so mad at him. I threw my hat off and I told him, I said, "We're running out of here." No, but it's a great place. I love it. It's a wonderful place.
So that's Wayne Gretzky, the all-time points leader, having a kid at the Duncan booth telling him how to hold a hockey stick.
That is fun.
You just never know who you're talking to.
Where y'all was half player, like a half better, sitting over here beside me, but won the MVP.
Fake better.
This past week. Half
the what?
The MVP.
Who did?
Shohei Ohtani.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
He sure did, with Acuna on the National League side.
Half a player.
And the rumors are that Ohtani might be going to the Cubs.
He's a half a player.
So he'll never win a championship.
You can't even just. Some things are so stupid you just don't even reply to it.
It's like you're kidding me.
All right,
Acuna takes him the whole year to win.
That's gonna be the end of the show. Don't forget
Takes Ohtani
Peyton Manning
a half a year.
Don't forget Peyton Manning one time was involved in a sexual harassment suit for showing his ass to the UT trainers. This past week on his television show showed 2 asses, Arnold Schwarzenegger and his pet donkey on the Manning cast. If you want to see some ass, follow Peyton Manning, ktcbroadcasting.com.